My name's Bobby, and I am an addict. At least that's what Priscilla says. She's going to leave me unless I quit gambling. Puzzles me, though, that word, gambling. Whenever Priscilla gets the car out of the garage, she's gambling big time. Never checks the mirror. Sticks it in reverse. Puts her foot down, right out on the highway. Jeez Louise, that's gambling. Here I am, Gamblers Anonymous.
And your point is what, Bobby?
My point is this. Life's a gamble, right? That's the thrill of it. You know, you folks aren't here because you're gamblers. You are here because you are terrible gamblers.
Well, let's.
That's the problem. I mean, you lose, and that's why you're here.
Okay, Bobby.
I've been looking at you guys hammering on about all of your stuff, and oh, woe is me, and this is terrible. But you know what the problem is? The problem is you don't have a thing.
Can we just...
They don't have a thing.
Bobby.
They need an edge. You need an angle, an inside track, something that's going to turn you from being a gambler to a hustler,
all right,
from
Bobby,
a
thank
loser
you very much.
to a winner. Why should we give up the one thing in life that we really love? These folks don't need to stop doing what they're doing. They just need to get better at it. Who's dealing?
Please.
Who's in?
Who's in? Let's roll. The Twisted Tuesday has begun. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people of Boston, and everybody else in between. From Costa Rica to California, Montreal to Minnesota. Let's rage. A new link this evening, as some things are out of my control, and unfortunately the link was set up for this show to start in 2 hours time as opposed to right now. So I sit here, I start broadcasting, and I'm on, but the video doesn't start because the link was put together poorly. My bad for not double and triple fucking checking, but you know, for some reason they actually send me these links too, which are fucking fly. Get the fuck out of here, man. Fucking mosquito, man. Yeah, so yeah, you know, what can I do? I guess I could double and triple check the fucking times, but I have the links, you know what I mean? It's not, you know, I log on to SBR, I hit play. There's a link already set up for me, but if the link is set up at the wrong time, then it's a fucking shit show. We start the show 15 minutes late because I have to fucking create a new link. Hey, it is what it is. I thought we were through this issue, but I guess we're back to it. You know, I was hoping, you know, whatever, man. I was hoping to start the show at fucking 10. And, you know, I got a guest on right now at 10:15, and we're just fucking starting right now. We got all these baseball games going off the fucking board, but I just spent the last 8 fucking minutes trying to fucking reset bullshit. So we're off to a great fucking start here. Well, the Seattle Mariners are off to a great start. They're up 3-0 already right now. I like the Los Angeles Dodgers, -160. I like the Dodgers, and last night we all sweated out that game together with the we sweated out the Cubs. We sweated out the Cubs and the Giants game last night together. And we were on the San Francisco Giants, yet this evening we're switching dugouts and we're jumping on the Chicago Cubs. And of course, right now they took it off the fucking board because I want to bet it right now and because I couldn't bet it for the last fucking 10 minutes. You know, I'm a creature of fucking habit, man. That's why I played that fucking song Every Day Is the Same, fuck, by 9 Inch Nails 10 minutes ago. It's like now the baseball bets are all out of sync. Fucking Feinberg sitting here waiting to fucking come on. I can't do a fucking monologue. I got a fucking mosquito flying around here somewhere. Fuck, they were all Twix. Fuck. They were all Twix. It was a setup. Holy fuck, man. Is Don on the phone? Is Don on the phone? Where are those pictures I asked for? I want somebody to use their goddamn fucking brain around here and stop playing a stupid upbeat song when I got to read a fucking goddamn dog dying.
We're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's go start again. I'm coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions. And then you got to go into somebody dying.
Is Don on the phone?
All the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is last goddamn time. I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying. We're up.
I don't know, man. It doesn't sound like Casey's too out of line here now, does it? It doesn't sound like he's too out of line. All right, so we're on the Los Angeles Dodgers, we're on the Seattle Mariners, and we're on the Chicago Cubs late here. We got three games of action late here. Cubs, Dodgers, Mariners. Mariners are already up 3-0. I could have told you that if we would have started on time, but we didn't because whatever. Like Casey says, it's impossible to fucking come out of this transition and do a goddamn fucking monologue when I got a fucking guest talk about fucking golf on hold. Is Zach on the phone? Running a tight fucking ship around here. Hey, settle down, Kenny. I didn't tell you to start yet there, Kenny. Easy, easy. Easy, Kenny. Kenny Fong's like, Kenny's always in a good mood. I got to tell Kenny, just chill out, all right? Settle down, Kenny. And I see the New York Yankees just fucking lost the game tonight to the Baltimore Orioles again. Fuck. That's fucking great. Thanks for the fucking parlay buster, you fucking motherfuckers. Every fucking goddamn fucking night, eh? There's got to be a different motherfucking piece of shit fucking team. I'm telling you, these fucking teams, man, that are over fucking 30 games, over 500 and shit. At least we hit that Lakers-Knicks in-game over 181.5. We got a winner here with the Philadelphia Phillies. We got a winner with the Milwaukee Brewers. And I thought we were about to have a fucking winner with the Yankees and the Red Sox. But no. I guess, that was just asking too fucking much. All right, Kenny. Take it from the top, Kenny. Welcome to the Late Night Sports Rage fucking screw job, brought to you by KY Lube. KY Lube. Perfect for Major League Baseball Parlay Busters. Brought to you by Trojan Condoms. As a Major League Baseball lube job is always safer with a Trojan condom. And now your host, a very angry middle-aged bald white man. Hello, everybody, and we welcome in Geoff Feinberg, who's probably a little more cheerier than I am. Geoff Feinberg. What's going on, Geoff?
It goes. Same shit, different day.
I'm just upset about that fucking Yankee parlay buster, man. You know, they were up earlier on Baltimore. Come on, man. You're playing Baltimore. You can't close these games out.
I saw a stat yesterday, Gabe, that blew my mind. The Baltimore Orioles have 26 wins. I think 9 of their record against the Yankees is insane, considering they have 26 wins. It might be 8 or 9 of those wins, 9 maybe after today, against the Yankees.
It's just frustrating. You think, I think I'm getting ahead. I'm winning all these games. And then I look, it's like, oh, no, losing that parlay.
I'll tell you this. It's tough in the American League to bet those teams. You got to almost be, it's like a CFL team in 8 weeks from now. Like, the playoffs are set. Like, what are these teams even playing for?
It feels like it's fucking September 14th when it's really July fucking 14th. Like you said, the American League, no drama whatsoever. The National League, there is, but it really is difficult. Like last night, lost. Tonight they're winning. What's their, the ultimate motivation? Okay, ultimately, I guess they're playing for home field in the World Series now, in the playoffs, etc. But when you're 34 games over 500, it's hard to bring the intensity level to the park every night, or really just freak out when you lose after.
There are some teams, though, that have been making money for backers. I believe the Reds, the Oakland A's.
Yep.
A couple of those fringe teams and those head-to-head fringe team games are sort of where I'm looking. I've kind of given up. Houston has just been – I know they're winning tonight. They've been kind of – sloppy. I don't know. It's tough. You're right. It does feel like it's September, but it is just, not even mid-July.
It's going to be a long season, man. And I'll tell you what, attendance, we talked about this last night on the show. I talked about this with Engel today, about attendance being down in Major League Baseball. And whatever the reason is for it, I think one of the reasons why is every team's basically out of it, essentially. Like in the American League, what's the reason? Like, why would you go to the, I was talking about this today. The reason I don't go, and, I'm a massive baseball fan. I got a baseball game on in front of me right now, but I haven't gone to one game this year because I don't enjoy the experience of a baseball game at the Rogers Center, and I'm not a Blue Jay fan. And I would like to go just to be as a baseball fan and see the visiting team as well, but I dislike the experience that much. Maybe it's like, and it's funny too, because that company never fired me or anything like that. I don't have a lot of people in the media have this hatred for them. But for me, man, you get shaken down more there at the Rogers Center than you do at an airport. Fuck.
Yep.
They're fucking, it's fucking aggressive. I went to the Argo game the other day. They have a metal detector. Fine. They fucking wind you down. You go in. You go to the Rogers Center. It's like, empty your pockets, sir. It's like, fuck off. I'm coming to a baseball game. There's a fucking long lineups. It's $18 a beer. The team sucks. I don't want to get ambushed with Rogers' cell phone fucking commercials the whole fucking for 4 hours when I'm there. I could go on and on. That's why I don't go. And I think that some of these other cities, if you're Kansas City or Cincinnati or something, you're going to the park because, hey, it's a cool park, like Engel was saying. There's a shitload of things to do at a Met game. There's all kinds of fan things, and there's all kinds of different food, and, people just go to the game to be at the stadium. You can't do that at the Rogers Center, dude. The Rogers Center sucks too much, in my opinion. That's why I haven't gone to a game.
It sucks, and they know it. They know it. It's lacking in many ways. It doesn't sort of have the amenities that most other ballparks have now. And there's never a deal on anything. Not that things are going to be cheap at the ballpark, but they don't sort of, I don't know, do these like discount like food thing nights that you see in like Atlanta or some other places. And yeah, you're right. The attendance there, it's going to drop like a sucker. TV's dropping, everything's dropping league wide, but it seems like a Yankee Red Sox playoff series just might be the medicine that the league will get, come September to make you think that, oh, everything's rosy in MLB. There is no middle ground. You sort of have great super teams or you have horrible teams, and everyone is sort of copycatting the Astros, the Cubs, to a greater extent the Royals.
Jeff, you look at the National League, and the National League is very competitive right now, but I guess the fact of the matter is the National League, they just don't have a pull, a lot of these teams. Like, does anyone really give a shit that the Washington Nationals and the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves are in a battle? It's not as sexy as the Yankees and the Red Sox or the Houston Astros or the Dodgers or the Cubs. You're right. There's only really a few teams that seem to matter in baseball, actually. Or I should say that are needle movers. You know what I mean?
Come on, man. You bet the games. Like, it's a 30-team league. How many of them play on Sunday Night Baseball? 7?
It's okay. Yankees, Red Sox, Cardinals, Cubs, Dodgers,
Giants
get in there. You're right. So we're up to about 7 there. You're right. Like 8.
At least the NFL is smart enough to, like, I don't know, there's Lorenzo Cain and Yelich on the Brewers. Like, they're great players. Like, the NFL would throw that team a bone. Baseball doesn't. And I get it because no one cares. Nobody on the West Coast or New York's going to watch the Brewers play. The gamblers know they're good and will watch them, but
Yeah.
Doesn't do it.
There's only 4. There's like 4 teams whose attendance is up this year. Arizona's up because Arizona's good. Houston's up because they won the World Series last year. The Yankees are up because the Yankees are good. And I don't know, there was one other team that had a slight increase in ticket sales. And basically everybody else – and the Dodgers don't really count because the Dodgers are just sort of, the Dodgers basically, every game's a near sellout, right? So the Dodgers, Seattle was the other one. Attendance in Seattle is
That's true. You put on those Mariner games at home now, that place, it sort of feels like, when you turn on the J game like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
like that place is
almost like the new Seahawks.
that place is bouncing.
It's like the Seahawks suck now, and I'm starting to see some of the same sort of wackos and shit there in the stands, and they're going to jump on that wagon, right? And look, Seattle have been around forever. I mean, Seattle have never been to a fucking World Series before.
Yeah, and they've got a long playoff drought. It's good, yeah, good for them. And I don't know. I mean, they're probably going to end up playing, Chris Sale in a 1-game playoff.
Yeah, they got a shot. Nah, the Yankees, I think they'll end up playing. I think the Red Sox are the team to beat, dude. Like, I have them ranked ahead of the Yankees.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. As someone that wants to see the 1-game playoff go away, maybe just become a 1 site or even a neutral site like College World, like best of 3 or whatever, I'll be cheering against the Yankees or the Red Sox in that game. Because the one way baseball changes that is when the Yankees or Red Sox with 15 more wins than Seattle lose a game to James Paxton, and that's when baseball will think, yeah, this is kind of silly.
Yeah, it's a very good point. And one of the, and that's one of the reasons why
Baltimore or Pittsburgh losing that game doesn't change the rule, Gabe.
No.
Doesn't change it. Doesn't make anyone give a shit. The Yankees losing that game will make people think we should change
That's why
this.
almost, though, you have a small advantage betting on Houston out of the gate just because they avoid that. You know what I mean? Like, they avoid that potential to lose in a single game right away.
Yep. Or Cleveland, who's already won the division.
Yeah, Cleveland blow, dude.
Yeah, I don't trust them.
Fuck.
Their lineup's not that deep. It like stops at 6. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel right. Their bullpen isn't as dominant as it has been. You know, the best bullpen in the league is Oakland, apparently, after the
And
sixth inning.
that's why Oakland's on a 17-4 run right now.
Yeah.
It's bullpen's so key, especially like everyone talks about starting pitching all the time. A lot of when you cap stuff, right? But bullpens are what actually win games. I mean that's what it comes down to. I'm looking now. It depends on what stat you want to go with, but if you want to go with ERA. Arizona's got a 2.50. The best bullpens: Arizona, Houston, Yankees, Cubs, Milwaukee, Boston, Tampa Bay, Oakland. So look, out of the best bullpens, Arizona's in the playoffs, Houston's in the playoffs, Yankees in the playoffs, Cubs in the playoffs, Milwaukee's in the playoffs, Boston's in the playoffs.
Yeah, those things.
That speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, when those teams are winning after the
top six bullpen by ERA in Major League Baseball are all playoff teams right now.
Yeah, which pretty much saying they're winning after the sixth inning. They keep their wins. A lot of these teams we watch or we bet on, you're nervous, man. You see that guy come out of the bullpen, walk the leadoff hitter, and shit unravels.
All right, so one thing I didn't get to off the top of the program, I actually started the show a little late today. I had a technical issue. Geoff, so we started at 10:12, so I didn't get into this, and I tweeted a lot about. I got pretty fucking pissed off about it earlier in the morning, just because one of the first things I saw, and I'm usually angry in the morning when I get on Twitter. So, but first thing I see is a picture of a chick fucking all beat up and shit, and it's like LaShawn McCoy, and it's an Instagram post, someone saying LaShawn McCoy beats up women, beat up his kid, and beats up his dog. So he's a dog beater, he's a woman beater, and he's a child abuser. And Twitter's blowing up. People are blowing up. And even I even saw Rob Pizzola. He should be kicked out of the league if this is true. Yeah, well, and if I shoot 6 people, I guess I should go to jail, but it's a pretty big if. So the rush to judgment of LaShawn McCoy this, LaShawn McCoy that, to the Bills, and have you cut him yet? He should be banned. And just the judge, jury, and executioner over a motherfucking Instagram post. No other context to it whatsoever at all. And the judge, jury, and executioner was already out in full force. So now, hours had passed, and so now there's a little more detail coming into play here. And once again, it's like people are doubling up on the original. Well, now this really proves that he did something. In which, so basically, there was a home invasion last night.
It was like a targeted hit, right? On this girl.
That's what they're saying. That there was a home invasion, that the people that did it knew the suspects, and that, that's how the girl got assaulted. So number one, just for the context here, number one, LaShawn McCoy didn't do that to that girl last night. Yet it was posted online today like that woman's injuries are a result of LaShawn McCoy punching her in the face. When LaShawn McCoy wasn't even in the same fucking city. So, I guess people aren't going to be quick to bring that up. So secondly, I guess basically it is an ex-girlfriend of his. She lived with him in this house. He wants her out of the house. And he's got a fucking court case going. He's got, he filed a fucking order in a local county there in Georgia to get her booted out of the house. It's an ongoing court battle. There's a home invasion. This chick gets beat up. And, so that's where we're at right now. So there's people, LaShawn McCoy must have hired people to go beat her up. Yeah, because if he does that, he's going to go do that in the fucking house, right? And he's going to go to court legally and then hire a couple of thugs to go beat her up. It's just the rush to judgment right away is always so quick. People don't know the facts of anything. It sounds like a pretty fucking crazy, fucked up situation, but, I think we would have to wait, to fucking before we say that he pulled a Ray Caruth and hired people to go get her.
Yeah, those are some pretty daunting comparisons. I do feel absolutely he deserves to have this played out. He's not even in the city where the incident happened. How could anyone be calling for the Buffalo Bills to cut him or to do anything other than investigate the matter? If it is true, then maybe I do agree with Pizzola, but that's a big if, and that's a long way from where we are today. I know it has zero.
That's all it takes is an Instagram post and somebody that's been around for 12 years, doesn't have any record of anything like this.
I met him in the airport.
Throw it out the window, right? Because of an Instagram post. But
I met the guy at the airport in Phoenix once, and he was incredibly friendly. I know that's got no. I mean, I'm just speaking from a personal interaction, which is rare, to have, encountered.
Look, a guy that's coming on later in the show, Big Man on Campus, is from Philly. And obviously McCoy is known around there.
So what's the deal? Like he hired one of his Philly, South Philly
even Big Man said he knows a chick that went out with McCoy. And there was never anything about any violence of anything. McCoy's biggest sin is he's a womanizer. He fucks a lot of chicks. So maybe he pissed this chick off. You know what I mean? I'm going to ruin your fucking career. Who fucking knows, bro? But I find it hard to believe that this guy's tweeting about the upcoming fucking season when LaShawn McCoy, the biggest scandal of LaShawn McCoy's career is he threw a party once where women only were invited, and he got into a fight with fucking an undercover cop at a bar.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't like the undercover cops were there drinking too. So, and it wasn't even him. It was like his buddies and whatever. They fucking talk shit to each other. Oh yeah, he must be a fucking child beater, a dog killer, and a fucking woman beater because, he got into a fight with someone in a club once. So, I don't know, man. It's just, let's let it all sort out. But it sounds like a pretty fucking seedy story, dude, and kind of fucked up. But, I mean, am I going to fucking swear on my life that LaShawn McCoy's an angel? No. But I think it's pretty alarming. That's all it takes. And then for... the people just believe shit right away. It's pretty crazy. In fact, it's all it takes is one motherfucking tweet, dude. One Instagram post, one tweet. That's it.
It's
simple as that.
Man, I feel for Bill. I know it's, I don't know, Bills in July.
What's that?
The Bills. It's July. I know, it's unfair to put this on any, part of the Bills and the franchise and their fans, but it's the time of year where, even if your team sucks, you're thinking, if we can flirt with 500, then you weasel a couple more.
The Bills are gonna suck. I'm aware of that. I'm not even it's funny too, is people are like, oh, you're defending because he's a Bill. I don't give a shit. I don't do I look, is LaShawn McCoy a Bill or an Eagle? He's not a Bill. You know what I mean? No offense to LaShawn McCoy, but I don't look at LaShawn McCoy as I look at Thurman Thomas. I don't look at I look at Fred Jackson. Fuck, we gave you a shitload of money and you came here. Fuck, all right. You know what I mean? It's not, I like LaShawn McCoy, but I've never been, I wanted him to draft a running back this year. So it has nothing to do with me being a Bills fan. It's just the fact that social media pisses me off. I got to start spending so much time on it just because, half the people, Facebook's a fucking joke and half the people on Twitter are fucking idiots, man. 48% of them are racist and the other 40% of them are fucking stupid. Yeah. I don't know why I waste my time with this shit, to be honest.
Weird.
Well, it's not weird. It's the dumbing down of the world.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's we are almost addicted to these devices and platforms.
And yeah, exactly. Who are we throwing under the bus today, right?
Yeah.
Who are we banning from Hollywood today? Who are we kicking out of the league today? I mean, it fucking never ends. I mean, look at Ezekiel. Look at the Elliott kid on Dallas. I don't even like the guy. Fuck. I think he's a dumb, fucking, stupid-looking Ewok. All right. And, I don't like his little feed me bullshit. I don't like Ohio State. I don't like him at all. You know what I mean? I think the kid's trouble. But it was like the thing at Ohio State, and he ended up getting suspended in the NFL for this. Yeah, the girl had pictures of bruises and shit. Her own fucking roommate said the chick's crazy. She got into a bar fight with another chick. She said in front of 5 people, I'm going to ruin your career for leaving me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how many fucking times you don't think that happens that a chick goes, I swear to God, I'll tell ESPN you hit me. It's
Oh,
like an extortion tactic. They dangle it. Fuck. You know, like honestly, I don't know. So
no,
this
I'm not doubting it.
figure out. So I guess LaShawn McCoy is part of a big plot, right? So did he have a burner phone and he was in a parking lot at Walmart last night at 3 a.m? Is the hit done yet? And then he threw the burner phone away. And then he purposely started tweeting at 7 a.m. about his workouts this morning. Okay, if he did, then, let's, I guess, this is CSI, fuck. I guess he's a pretty smart guy. I guess he's in on the Russian collusion too, fuck.
Yeah. I don't know. It's they seem to be able to connect the dots. I think if he was involved in sort of masterminding or paying a buddy to do it, I think that they'll probably connect that dot. Right now, I don't know. I take sides. I'm kind of leaning with siding with him, but I don't know anything. I know what
I'm
everyone
giving
else
him the
knows.
benefit of the doubt right now, but I will admit that I also gave O.J. Simpson the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, we all wanted OJ to not be.
I did. Like, same thing. Why would OJ didn't do that? I remember the first, because OJ was a suspect right away. Fuck. Like the Sunday night right away. They were like, cops want to speak to OJ. I was like, OJ didn't. They were like, wow, it's just routine. They always speak to the husband when the wife gets murdered. And then, for the first few days, I was like, man, OJ didn't do this. Fuck. And it took me, it was only 3 or 4 days later, though, that Bronco chase happened. And innocent people generally don't get into Ford Broncos with a passport, a bunch of money, and a fucking wig and shit, which I don't know what he thought he was going to do with a wig. OJ said McCoy's career is over now. Yeah, well. O.J. Simpson being a character witness is sort of like that Louis Gohmert guy saying that Jim Jordan's a good guy.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and that Ohio State thing is one thing with that Ohio State thing, guys? We'll get to LaShawn McCoy again after with Big Man on Campus, but one other thing with that Ohio State thing is he always just says, well, no one ever told me. That's not true. That's not true. He never says that no one got abused there. You know what I mean? Like that's what stands out to me. He never once defends the coach because everyone says I told him that the coach and whatever the doctor there, the trainer was grabbing us all the time. He just says, "Well, they never told me that." He never says that never happened. Right? So it's just as bad. So in other words, Jordan, you were the fucking assistant wrestling coach at Ohio State and the coach was groping people. But since no one told you that, you don't know. Like, I don't believe him. I think Jordan's lying. I give LaShawn McCoy, like on a scale of truthfulness, I got LaShawn here. I got Jim Jordan down here.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with you wrestlers and shit, man. But it's pretty fucking clear, man. It's like that wrestling movie about the DuPont and shit like that. It was Steve Carell.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, man, but wrestling is pretty fucking it's pretty assaultish, man. Like dudes rolling around in tights and shit, and those positions, I guess, attract fucking predators, man. Because there's all these wrestling programs, all you hear about, sexual this, fucking grab crotch this. It's like these guys become wrestling coaches so they can touch fucking other men's balls and shit. But anyways, let's talk golf. Fuck.
Yeah, you know what? The tournament's such shit this week is good.
With the
John Deere.
John Deere. So you know what they should do to make it interesting? Oh, hold on a second. Jeremy of Scorpio's leaving here. You know what? We were so sorry, Scorpio. Will you stay, please? Will you please stay and hang around with us, Jeremy Scorpio? You know what? I'm going to be crushed. Fuck. I don't know if we're going to be able to continue the show if there's too much time wasted here. Please grace us with your incredibly stupid, made-up fucking name. Fuck. Please grace us with your fucking incredible sports depth and knowledge, Jeremy Scorpio. I'm sure that's your real name too, dickhead. Jeremy Scorpio. What were you fucking what? You don't have an N on your fucking keyboard? You couldn't get Jeremy Scorpion? Or let me guess, you're a Scorpio? Is that your fucking sign? You have like a Scorpio chain around your neck like a fuckhead too? Don't let the door hit you on the way out, Jeremy Scorpio. All right, let's talk some golf. So, as we were saying, yeah, so the John Deere, they should make it interesting by putting John Deere tractors all over randomly around the course, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Just sort of like hazards. Yeah. We put a John Deere in front of the fucking green here, asshole. Deal with it.
They have little miniature ones as the tee markers, for what that's worth. And they do have them all set up around the grounds, but certainly not in play per se.
No, that's how they got to make it interesting. So, all right. So we got the British Open. The Open is next week. What I find interesting about this, why would Molinari be over here right now and not in Europe for the Scottish Open?
That's an interesting question. He got his big win a couple weeks ago, Gabe, and I think he is sort of. It seems like his priority is getting FedEx Cup points.
Mm-hmm.
That makes any sense. It's really all I could think about. Maybe he's just a man of his commitment, but he wants to, be a full-fledged PGA Tour member. He wants to play maybe at the end of the year in those tournament in the in those FedEx Cup playoff events in the Tour Championship. That would be my inkling. Bryson, who is another player who's people might like for next week. He won last year here. It was his first ever win. He's having a fantastic summer. I like to joke and call it the summer of Bryson because he really is outstanding. Zach Johnson is from Iowa, which is right next door, and he's won this a bunch. So that's sort of why those three guys are here.
Yeah, I'm looking at this here right now and seeing some pretty good golfers. I mean, the field is obviously a little shorter, but you get some pretty good guys and some pretty good odds in a shortened field. I mean, a guy like Lingmerth at 50-1. I mean, he's got legit. I mean, it seems like there's decent value. Austin Cook 40-1.
Yeah, no, I don't mind that one.
That's the type of guy that's not going to win on a weekly basis, but in a field like this, I mean, he could, right? So, what sort of category of the odds are you looking at here? The group here.
Chris Kirk would be one of my favorite plays this week. He sort of fits that profile, that guy you were just sort of speaking about. Chesson Hadley, I'm high on. I was able to get him at 30-1. There's been some steam, but that's about as low as I went on my card. Patrick Rogers, who melted down on Sunday here last year, I believe can have another big week, and so I'll ride him again. And I'll admit, this is a minimum exposure week for me, Gabe. With the major next week, with this shitty tournament, I'm just throwing some guys that are just my first thoughts and hoping for the best. A couple long shots, a couple Canadians actually. In David Hearn, who finished second place here a couple years ago, is 100-1, and Corey Connors, who statistically has been just outstanding, minus that important aspect of golf called putting. Some incredible stats were put in front of my face. Corey Connors at 125-1, Gabe, gained 19 strokes with his ball striking over his last 10 rounds and lost 14.5 strokes putting. So his short approaches have been on. It's a course that's about that. And like any PGA Tour player, you just pray for his putting, because who wins on Sunday every week is the guy that fucking gets hot on the back nine with his putter. That's really how a guy, you got to hang around for 3.5 days, but the winner seems to be the guy who goes in fuego on the back nine putting. So it is a minimum exposure week for me. One thing I will say is is even though this field is consistently pretty weak, it has a history of even though I'm not playing it and I might regret it Sunday afternoon, the guys that have won this thing do seem to be the guys at the top. Guys at the top do seem to take advantage historically.
Ryan Moore, I see one here in 2016.
Yeah. So last year Bryson won here. The year before Ryan Moore, I think Zach Johnson wins here. Jordan Spieth won here. Steve Stricker. So it just seems like a place where, like, the Greenbrier where we were last week. The history of winners is just jobber after jobber, and it sometimes brings a decent field. This event, even though the field's so weak, the winners it has been guys. The better players have been able to take advantage of the weaker field. That being said, I'm sticking in that Chris Kirk, Aaron Wise, Patrick Rogers are sort of the guys that I'm betting, because I got no interest in betting those numbers at the top.
You know what? The only number at top I look at, I think my here is Ryan Moore at 18.
Yeah, he's been
I can live
playing
with that, but I can't go to Johnson at 12 or Molinari at 10 or DeChambeau at 10, etc. So
I know
18 I can live with, and and Kirk, maybe an Austin Cook sprinkle at 40 to 1, maybe a fucking Danny Lee at 55 to 1 or something.
And I'll say this, Gabe, it happened fast, and I can't believe we're already here at a 16 to 1. But this Joachim Neiman is the real deal, Gabe.
You know what, this is the kid. He's only 19. This guy or something.
He's 19 years old. He's been on tour for like 2 months. All he does is finish in the top 10. He's already got a tour card for next year. This is essentially what John Rahm did a couple years ago. Just showed up, boom, top five. There's your tour card, kid. In the last according to Mayo's custom model for this week, he ranks number 1 in the field in the last 24 and 36 rounds in the stats that Pat feels is most important here. But again, I'm not, and nor is Pat. We're not willing to eat this 16 to 1. If he wins, no one's shocked. I call him Das Wonder Kid as a joke. If you remember that wrestler from WCW, Alex Wright, they called him Das Wonder Kid. But at 16 to 1, I'm not there. I hope to see him in Canada maybe in a couple weeks, back in that 30, 40 to 1 range, and I would be interested again.
So we got a split field kind of with the golfers this week, in which you've got some European dudes that are in America right now golfing this weekend. Yet you got some American guys that have finally head over. I mean, we talked about Justin Thomas being over there, and it looks like Thomas not playing this week, right?
Yeah, no, he is not playing. He played in Paris. You know what?
Approach, right? That he went out there. He was all gung ho to get out there in Europe, played in those tournaments, and then backs off now leading into this Open.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. Some guys don't really like playing the week before. Some guys play here. I'll be honest, Gabe. I'm actually surprised at how few American-born PGA guys. I'm shocked how few of them actually take advantage of this Open. I really am. Yes, Phil's here. Yes, Fowler's here. Yes, Reed's here. Yes, Kuchar's here. Charlie Hoffman. But there's not a ton. I really am surprised.
Me too. Like, no offense to the John Deere, but I'd be better off being
but I'm not even
to the food, acclimated to the time, acclimated to the air, to the weather, to links golf, just everything.
And I'll be honest, I'm not even talking.
You want to be getting off a fucking plane on fucking Monday night, you know what I mean, after the John Deere, and then, all right, you got to be at the course in the morning for this and that in Europe. Me too. I don't understand it. I like Justin Thomas's approach. I bet you he's fucking having great practice rounds. He could be fucking kicking it at the course already if he wanted, you know what I mean?
And I'll be honest, I'm not really talking about those guys at the John Deere, because that's that's a small handful. I'm just sort of talking about like a lot of those guys in that John Deere field, outside of the very few at the top, and some even at the top aren't in the Open, although they can get in with the win. I'm just talking about the consortium of American players that are playing next week. Now, granted, maybe instead of playing in Scotland, like to your point, they just figured I'd just rather go practice at Carnoustie and sort of get maybe I get all weather conditions, you're practicing and nothing can maybe surprise me. But I'm sure I'm still to my original point. I would think more American-born guys would be playing here.
All right. So as far as the field in this one, or the odds, we got Rose at 10-1, obviously low odds here. Ricky Fowler just consistently, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know what the fascination with Ricky every week is with these fucking odds makers, but there's Ricky Fowler at 10-1 right now. Ty Hatton 18-1, Reed 18-1, Matsuyama 20-1, Knox 20-1, Sullivan 22-1. Let me ask, so do you expect a European to win this week or an American? Just sort of like.
I guess it's easy to say European because I think they dwarf them in numbers, and I'm not really expecting Ricky Fowler to win. I'll say this: it's a hard number to stomach in this field. But Andy Sullivan is playing incredible golf right now. He hasn't missed a cut in 9 months. Remember that for next week. He's got 5 top 10s in his past 7 starts. He's a great links player. At 22-1, it could be hard to stomach. But boy, am I starting to think maybe he could be in a position as a big number next week, potentially. Although I'm not even 100% sure if he's in the field, but I'd be shocked if he isn't. So
I here at 22-1, to be honest.
Pardon?
Kind of catches my eye here at 22-1.
Yeah, and I would say, I mean, listen, in this field, I mean, just look at all those names sort of bordering.
Patrick sort of jumps off, but I don't know if it's in the middle of the page, but 45-1.
No. And Gabe, I'll say this about this course, because the Scottish Open, it goes on a rotation around. It's not the same course every year. They go around Scotland. And this is an accuracy course. The past winners here seem to be accuracy players. So Matthew Fitzpatrick kind of fits that mold. So do a lot of guys, though, that your Kuchers and your Knoxes and Poulters, they're all sort of that accuracy type guy. But Ryan Fitzpatrick, I have an eye for. Peter Uline, I have an eye for. Paul Dunn, I have an eye for. But again, I'm trying to keep my exposure light this week. Next week's going to be a gonger.
I like we'll get to we'll wrap it up with Geoff's sort of early look at next week's Open. But there is news that, we knew they were going to change things around a little bit, but they announced the schedule for next year. I don't know if you saw this.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to fully ingest it, but I've seen some of it, and essentially they want to have a premier event pretty much every month from March through the end of the summer.
They should. That's probably they should. That, you know what I mean? You have one major a month. Because that's when the iron's hot, right?
No, and not so much a major, but like
when's the next major? It should always sort of be odds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and when I say a major event, the players is included in that, and some of the WGCs. But they want like the players. I guess the biggest change in the PGA schedule. Would sort of
playoffs. I like what it says here. So, Jay Monahan, commissioner, by concluding at the end of August, the FedEx Cup playoffs no longer have the challenge of sharing the stage with college and professional football. And I like someone responds to him. So, shortening the playoff but still having the fall season and no one cares about. Yeah, that sounds PGA right to me.
Yeah, I mean the Players Championship is moving to March, so it'll be before the Masters instead of it's historically been on Mother's.
Open moves ahead of the U.S. Open. Is that better for the Canadian Open for the field?
Yeah, that absolutely is better, Gabe. I mean, it's not the greatest spot on the schedule, but consider it was the week after the British Open, which made going, out west, to Western Canada essentially impossible because you're not asking guys to go from England to BC or Alberta. So now when U.S. Opens are on the West Coast, let's get the Canadian Open out in Vancouver. Like, let's make it easy on everybody. It's not the perfect spot, but the week before the U.S. Open is a great spot. You see a lot of great players go to that tournament in Memphis year in, year out, and a lot of the same players who want to be there can be there again. So that's a big win. I don't want to get too greedy but it's a good get for the Canadian Open, as good as they probably could have gotten. So I can't complain, and anything's better than the week after the Open Championship. On that note, though, Gabe, a very interesting, ugly thing about this schedule, getting a lot of negative attention, is in back-to-back weeks next year will be the Open Championship and a WGC. Very, very strange. So those best players in the world will be going right from the Open.
Good fun. Good fun. Make them play. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Make them
golf,
play.
that's the one thing with golf where, and I'm not one of these guys and say, oh, it's bullshit because, guys fucking finish 82nd and they make money. It's not competitive. But one thing I noticed, you notice tennis, dude. Tennis is ruthless, fuck. Tennis tennis is a physical sport, man. Tennis fucking tells players, yeah, sure, don't show up to the Cincinnati fucking Masters, but just so you know, you're going to get deducted 17 points. You know what I mean?
Tennis is pretty ruthless.
Put the tennis players in a spot where it's listen, if you want to fake an injury and don't come to the Rogers Open in Toronto, that's okay, but you're going to lose 18 rankings in this placings. We just want to let you know that. You know what I mean? They're very adamant on showing up. They really reward that in tennis.
Yeah, no, and to your point, golf isn't as backbreaking on your world ranking spot if you choose to take a month off in the summer.
Yeah, so a couple other interesting notes here. So as we mentioned, the Canadian Open moved ahead of the U.S. Open. They eliminated one FedEx Cup playoff event. So instead of 4 weeks now, they're going to have 3 weeks. I almost think to get interest, dude, you have one fucking playoff, dude. You just sort of fucking one tournament and you sort of make it. It's not a major, but it would be pretty cool if you just played for all the fucking stakes. You know what I mean?
Yes and no, because I think some of the fun appeal about the playoff is not everybody gets in. You start with 120, 125.
The fucking format, and no one cares. You're a big golf guy. You're watching fucking football.
I know, but I also it's so silly. It's the one time a year where it's almost like the team is the golfer is kind of like a team, and it's oh, this player needs to hit this putt for his season to continue.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, fuck. But.
And then they do, they get it down to 30 guys to play in that high stakes tournament of champions at East Lake, home of Bobby Jones. So,
yeah, you're in. You're a golf guy, so yeah, I can't.
I mean, listen, we're still not at the point when they add up your career totals, how many FedEx Cups did Jordan Spieth win?
Yeah,
that's still
I find that NASCAR's done a better job with the chase to the cup of defining a playoff where it matters.
Yeah, of course, but that NASCAR only has that because other than Daytona, they don't have majors.
I know, that's the thing. You have Daytona, you have a few, you have Talladega, there's a few, but I know what you mean. I know, not every sport is uniform. So I'll just rattle off the key changes, and then we'll get to the British Open. We'll let Geoff go. So key changes to the tour: WGC move from February to March. Players Championship moved from March to May. The Texas Open will now be played 1 week before the Masters. Used to be played 2 weeks after. So the Texas Open now might get a little run there. PGA Championship moved from May to August. Canadian Open moved ahead of the U.S. Open. 2 new tournaments have been added. The Rocket Mortgage Classic
in Detroit.
Yeah, and the 3M Open in Minnesota. So Boston gets bounced from the PGA Tour. Boston is out of the annual rotation. Detroit and Minnesota are in. The Greenbrier in Houston will be played in the 2019-20 season. One FedEx Cup playoff has been eliminated from 4 to 3. And the WGC event will be played in Memphis, Tennessee, previously in Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a big loss, I guess, for Boston. But I don't want to underrate how golf crazy the state of Minnesota is and how it's always amazed me. They have incredible courses up in that region. of the States, and they've played Ryder Cups and majors there. They just
lakes up there, probably a lot of nice water up there on the coast, lakes and shit. Yeah,
yeah. It's so I'm amazed they've never had a consistent stop. So I think that's well deserved for the Great Lakes.
Right, like Michigan's worked his way, right? Like Dearborn gets the majors and shit, right? Like Michigan's worked his way to the big thing. Yeah, Boston out, they'll get back in. It doesn't mean they're not going to have it down the road. So those are the PGA notes, and we have a major next week. And one thing I always like about the British Open is being a degenerate gambler. Is I like that late night golf. You know what I mean?
I like it too. It's early in the morning. It's also over much earlier. On the Saturday, you can almost still have a full afternoon if you want to after taking it in. ESPN, I want to say they do a great job for all the complaints about the Masters and the other ones. They sort of pride themselves on being on air from first shot to last shot.
Well, they do. This is the one that they do a good job with. Like I remember the old days, Scott Van Pelt out there in Europe and shit. He was good. They do a good job with this.
Yeah. So they're on the whole time. I believe it's NBC. So it's Tirico who, went over to NBC last year. I thought he did a great job. He's a golf guy. It's Carnoustie.
ESPN have the Thursday and Friday, right? NBC have the weekend.
Yeah. It's Carnoustie, Gabe. Last time, we were Sergio had one of his early career big collapses.
I'll tell you right now, I don't like the guys at the top of the board here. Like 11-1 Dustin. I'm done. Like I don't do it, but I don't fuck that. Like every damn fucking major, people make him this overwhelming favorite. It doesn't happen.
Well, I would say I don't really think there is an overwhelming favorite. He's just earned that right of being the best golfer in the world, so he'll have the shortest price.
And here's fucking Ricky Fowler is the fourth choice again. They're fucking nuts, man.
Well, Gabe, here's the thing. With Fowler, it's not to the extent maybe of like a Tiger, but if you read like the golf odds tweets and the tweets out of Vegas and stuff, they almost like have to protect themselves. They take a lot of Ricky Fowler action.
Oh, because everyone bets on him. Right?
Yeah. So if they made it his true odds and he actually
the odds makers are saying, you're right. It's the thing. The odds makers aren't saying, we think he's the fourth best player, but there's a bunch of American people that bet on this guy.
Yeah, they're saying, we take a ton of Ricky action and we got to sort of control it on our end. We don't want to get taken. But again, I look at this odds board and I think that the Vegas or the offshores are saying good luck figuring it out.
You know who I'm taking? Fuck Tommy Fleetwood.
I parlayed him.
He's my your DJ from years ago. It's to the point where I don't really do the T5, so I've lost with Fleetwood a couple of times, bro, where he's right fucking there.
Yeah, no set. Yeah, we did.
I'm like, note to self, I'm just betting every major Tommy Fleetwood, and in the next 2 years, I'll hit it. Fuck, you know what I mean?
No, I'm there, and funny enough, I joked about it on Twitter. I put it out. I just thought it had to be fate, or I don't know what you call it, fate, whatever. I live bet England, or like before the shootout, live bet England with Tommy, the English boy, the English team. So I doubled up my Fleetwood number. I was pretty hyped about that. I don't know. They would like an Englishman to win. It's funny though, Gabe. There's an incredible run of young American golfers winning the majors.
Yeah.
Brooks and Patrick Reed, and going back to the PGA last year was Justin Thomas, and the Open last year was Jordan Spieth, which I still feel
a lot of talk this week because people think even I said it. This is sort of his best chance, right, on a links course.
Links course, he could play that low Tiger stinger, Gabe. Listen, we went to the Memorial. He finished top 5. He had a crummy U.S. Open. A lot of great players got blown up there. He went to the Quicken Loans. He finished top 5. Those are 2 T5s in his last 3 starts. I don't know. Yeah, this one feels.
Catch my eye here. John Rahm 18-1, Fleetwood 18-1, and you know what? You brought him up earlier here. I think he's due, and I think obviously we know he can play here. Sergio Garcia 25-1, Stenson 25-1 is pretty attractive too.
A lot of people liking Stenson had some early bets on him. I wasn't one of them. He's withdrawn from the Scottish Open with an injury, an elbow injury. So that's, I don't know, beware of the injured golfer for next week maybe. I'm also a sucker. It's dropped a little since he won a couple weeks ago, but Alex Noren, I have at 40-1. Yeah, it's getting pretty interesting, Gabe. But I was pretty high on Rahm going into the U.S. Open, and I'm going to stay committed to that. If I had to pick the guys under 20-1, that would float my boat. I'm with you, Tommy Fleetwood. There's only two. I keep saying this. You can only have one of two opinions when it comes to Tommy Fleetwood. You can either like him or you can love him. There is no third option. He is just so likable and amazing. And people get down on Rahm for his temperament, and it's something that's going to be talked about a lot in the next couple of weeks. I believe he is capable and will win absolutely everything there is to win in the coming years.
Geoff Feinberg with us, a hardcore Los Angeles Chargers fan.
Gabe, they put out the first odds to make the playoffs came out, and the Chargers, people seem to like them. Minus 145 to make the playoffs. It's not a bet I want to swallow. I'd rather take a bite at a bigger future, like to win the Super Bowl. Don't throw anything at me, or to win the AFC or even the division. I'm not swallowing 145 so a book can have my money for 6 months. But I don't know, man. There's steam. There's steam around the Chargers.
Should not concern you?
It does, but it gets me tingling inside too, excited. So, yeah, I get it. And it goes both ways. Like I said, you break down every unit individually. I guess outside of tight end now with the injury, Caleb Sturgis. You can make fun of the kicking. They brought in Caleb Sturgis. Hopefully he can give them league average kicking. But if you break down the Chargers unit by unit, they rank out incredibly well. It's like math analytics guys love them. But on the other side, Gabe, if one of your listeners, and I know half of them are thinking this right now, they're like, yeah, I get what Feinberg's saying. They do have a lot of great talent all across the football field, but they don't play home games, and they'll break his heart. And they're just the fucking Chargers, so I can't touch them. And I can't argue. I can't argue with that take because that take is real. I live that take.
I was going to say, though, at least, you don't have to worry about Phillip Rivers and a fucking home invasion and have to wonder about what happened.
No, we don't have any of that. Although I've joked with you,
team, at least.
I've joked with you and kind of semi-serious even when I make the joke. And I feel like every time I brought it up to you, you kind of seem to agree. I do believe the Chargers, they fostered such a, and it's led by Phillip, but that locker room could use a bad apple or two. I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, you know what? I think you got them now, though.
Maybe, yeah. Melvin Ingram's
apples, but you got so many badasses on defense now, and you know what? It's amazing actually the culture because Bosa seems actually like a pretty good kid, despite the fact he's a Buckeye. Shockingly enough,
his brother's going to be a top 3 pick according to the early 2019 NFL mocks.
His brother's a fucking monster, bro. It's the same bullshit. Fucking, he throws people out of the way and stuff. It's annoying. Yeah, his brother, they're like the new Watt brothers. Fuck these guys. Yeah, but Bosa's a badass, but I think you got some attitude in the secondary now. I think you got some attitude. Like you said, over the years, the Chargers are kind of soft. The image of soft, the jersey, San Diego, the city. There was just sort of that soft thing. They're a passing team. And then conversely, the facts spoke for themselves for a while there when you couldn't stop the run for years, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, just run the fucking ball up their throat. They can't stop it. They're not a physical team. They won't be able to stop it.
The MO against the Chargers was let's just play with them for 40 minutes and they'll make a mistake.
Yeah.
If we don't give them the football game, they'll give it to us at some point today. And that was really that you can't deny that.
No, they're a dangerous team. I'm not discounting their chances. I think they're a dangerous football team. I was just going to bring up, though, that You see Dan Fouts got insulted. Fuck. I'm not an LA Charger. Fuck.
I like that. And Gabe, like, because it's funny, a lot of, like the team just hired LT today. Well, he's been working for the team, but now he's going to be doing broadcasts
Is
for
he? What?
for the team.
Or is he the radio guy?
Because if he took such great pride in his career, and you don't want to not be associated like with a team, like so. And I feel horrible for Dan Fouts because he deserves to be those great Expo players that sort of don't have a place to go back, like a real home to be honored once every couple years. That's gotta suck. That really has to suck. Team an all-time great player on a team that doesn't exist.
Sounds like your mic is dying on us here, Feinberg. So we appreciate you taking the time to be with us here this evening. And
next week's the big one.
Yeah, we'll hit you up next week.
Yep. Later.
Geoff Feinberg. Man. He was getting fired up about the Chargers and his mic. He's getting so excited. he was getting so excited. Very interesting developments in that the Oakland Athletics, talking about how hot the A's are recently. These motherfuckers just put a 4 spot up in the top of the 9th inning against the Houston Astros. They have a runner on second base right now as well. I'm on. I have the Oakland A's too at plus 175. They're out. They're going to the bottom of the 9th. I played 2 underdogs today. I played the underdog. I played the Oakland Athletics plus 175, and I played the Seattle Mariners plus whatever the fuck they were. Plus 140 or plus 145, whatever. Hoping that one of them hits, That fucking, the Yankees pissed me off losing that fucking parlay, motherfuckers, man. All right, thanks to Geoff Feinberg for joining us. Good stuff with Feinberg. We are also right now, as we stated, we're on the Chicago Cubs, and it looks like it's another fucking game like last night, man. They can't score at 0-0 right now into the 5th inning. They're going into the top of the 5th inning right now, and it's scoreless. Meanwhile, the motherfucking San Diego Padres, motherfucking cocksuckers, they're up 3-0 on the Dodgers. Man, fucking wood. Dodgers getting 1 hit right now. That's the thing, man. You can't take the Dodgers every day, but fuck, I got suckered in because it was 160. I'm like, fuck, they should win. Now suddenly this means I'm going to need to win this fucking Cubs game. Fuck, I don't want to lose both games on the way out here. Plus, we got the 2 underdogs alive and kicking right now. We'll see what happens there. Virtual Germany can go fuck themselves. Fuck. Terrible team. Man, I don't get 1 baseball game. I don't get 1 game. You figure, you get fucking something here. They got the Blue Jays game on fucking like a replay. Fucking highlights of the night. God damn, Sportsnet sucks. Fuck. The Calgary Stampede. Oh, God, fuck. Sports Center. Wimbledon prime time. Fuck. Yeah, Wimbledon prime time. Fuck. It's fucking 3 a.m. there. Fuck, you guys suck rocks, man. Yeah, we haven't hit the virtual board in a couple of nights. I'm sure Big Man on Campus will be up for it, but we have some real soccer to talk about. What's up, Sonny Betts? What's up, Big Will, Ty Rich, Vitalist, Spencer S, Stooch the Man, Yura, Javier Castro, Cam Raphael, Vitalist Mangler, full house tonight. Arby, Beastly. Yeah, what's up, Beastly? Fucking Yankees. That's what happens. Ghoster, what's up, Ghoster? That's what happens when we fucking we play these public parlays. Plus money in the house. Brutal beat if you had the under in the Houston game. Fucking baseball. Millhouse. What's up, Millhouse? What's up, Millhouse? What's up, Lloyd? Yeah, speaking of bass, fuck. How about that fucking Belgium team today? Listen, I know, not everyone's a soccer expert. And I know we got but I know we have a lot of hockey fans here as well. And I brought this up on the radio today, but there's a big correlation. There's a big correlation between soccer and hockey. The strategy is very similar. It's the same. There's a ball, a puck, there's a net. There's 11 as opposed to 6. But you have your defenders, you got your fucking, you got your forwards, you have offsides, the only sports with offside in the pot, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people watch soccer that don't know, and they have a hard time understanding offside. If you grew up around hockey, obviously you know what offside, right? So there's a lot of similarities between the sports. They're not exactly the same. There's a lot of similarities between them. But one major fucking similarity between soccer and fucking hockey, man, is you see it all the fucking time, man. You'll see it in hockey where one team has fucking 22 shots on goal and they can't score, fuck. Or they have a million chances and they're missing the net, and the other team gets one chance and they score and they win. And then once they score, everything changes. You see it all the time in hockey, fuck. What the old classic thing in hockey is you get a breakaway and fucking their goalie stops it and somehow they get a breakaway back and they score, right? It's inevitable. It just happens all the fucking time. And Belgium today, were the better fucking team for the first 35, 40 fucking minutes of the game. At halftime, Belgium felt pretty good about things. France seemed lethargic, and, Belgium were the more aggressive team early. Remember, in the first 4 minutes, Belgium had 2 chances right away. Belgium, looked good out of the gate. It's not like Belgium were flat or anything like that. But once the goal was scored, Belgium just fucking, man, they melted like Belgian chocolate on a hot fucking summer day, man. They became hot chocolate, fuck. They melted, fuck. The goal happened and it was they were done. It's as soon as the goal happened, they ran slower. They couldn't get possession anymore. They looked like Germany. It was like when Germany went out. You know what I mean? It wasn't like there was when Germany lost. It wasn't like, oh, fuck, man, they're going to score. They're going to score. There's a million chances. It wasn't. Same with Belgium. They had a few chances in the last 30 minutes, but not really. You know what I mean? 1 or 2. There was one guy drilled it once. It was a nice save. But it wasn't like there was perpetual pressure or anything like that. It was, I guess the term is heavy legs, fuck. They really slowed down and they were just out. And France, on the other hand, seemed to just get faster as the game went on. And I thought that Belgium's experience would be the difference against France's youth. But fuck, man, when France get going, man, these fucking dudes. Like, you see, like, how slick France are and shit, like, fucking behind-the-back passes. Like, today they did it a few times. Like, really fast, high-level shit, too, man, where they're in the box and shit, and Buddy will fucking head fake you and fucking do a, you know, kick it backwards with his foot and shit. Like, France really are on another level. And to me, England or Croatia don't have a fucking hope in hell of beating France. And it pisses me off because I know some of you guys remember me talking about this before the tournament started. What, that was all over France. But no, I always bet on Germany. Yeah, so they just ran out. You know, listen, France are that good, and I think France will beat Croatia or England. What's up, Javier? That's great news that all the kids got out. It's fascinating how they got them out. I saw they had to sedate. They sedated the kids. What's up, Jedan? They thought of everything, man. They had mini scuba gear for the kids. And then, you know, the thing is, like, people think, oh, whatever. They just went down there and they pulled the kids out. But now you're seeing they got cameras down there and shit. I saw the chick on CNN was in the tunnel tonight in the cave. And it doesn't look too fun down there, man. Man, they showed one thing. It's basically 80 centimeters. Like, you got to squeeze through and there's no choice. And so they were worried that the kids were going to have a panic attack, which, got to be honest, a lot of adults would have a panic attack, right? So they were worried that the kids were going to have a panic attack and fucking bring the diver down. Like, the kid starts freaking and shit. It could get ugly in there, right? They're wearing tanks and shit. Like, you know, so they were panicked that the kids were going to panic in tight spaces. So they came up, they were very, very smart. They came up with the idea they didn't knock the kids out, obviously, but they gave each kid like a pill, just to sort of get them buzzed, to take off the nerves. It's pretty smart, right? Because what are they going to do? Give them a shot of whiskey? Fuck, they're kids. So they gave them all a sedative. And it said the kids were like, they were awake, the kids, but they were kind of buzzed and shit. So, and then basically it was like, all right, kid, now you're buzzed, put the scuba gear on, and fucking, I'm going to pull you through this, and don't fucking panic because you're going to kill us both if you do. So, it really was smart, wasn't it, to get the kids high? Like, in America, they would never do that. They'd be like, you can't get the kids high. This is a stupid, like, people would be like, you're going to get these kids that are high that are in the cave? It's like, yes, we got to get the kids high that are in the cave because we got to pull them out of an 80-centimeter fucking hole, 1.2 miles long, all right? And anyone would freak, So, me personally, I would say, listen, if you guys can knock me out and just pull me back, that'd be good. So, yeah, great job. They got the kids out. Listen, they invited the kids to the World Cup final. They invited the kids to the World Cup final, but they can't be getting on a plane. Imagine like that. Yeah, kids. You just, don't forget, they were in like a bus that fucking monsooned into a cave. And now you're going to tell these kids, yeah, kids, let's all take a bus to the airport and get on a plane now. It's like their plane would probably crash, Like, it was a bad idea. It's like, no, they can't, you know what I mean? Like, it got shot down fast. They're like, no, they can't go to Russia this weekend. Sorry. No, that's the Philippines. It's the Philippines. That's the Philippines is the one with the president that's a nut job that kills everyone. President Duarte. Although we shouldn't talk about him because he's one of these dudes that like fucking he charges people online for ripping them. Like, you know, Kim Jong-un does that too. Like, if you rip Kim Jong-un enough and he sees it online, like he'll just fucking make you an enemy of the state, fuck, which I wouldn't want to happen. So shout out to my boy Kim, fuck. Hope you're having a good night tonight. Hope Kim's watching the NBA Summer League, fuck. Yeah, it's Duarte. It's in the Philippines. Thailand, there's a lot of drugs in Thailand. Philippines, there's not a lot of drugs. Thailand, there's a lot of drugs. But the thing in you don't want to in Thailand, you can do drugs when you're there, but thing with Thailand is you don't want to be, don't try to bring any drugs home with you. That's when you get the death penalty and shit. That's when you're calling the fucking embassy saying, oh, fuck, I'm in a lot of trouble here. Like, you know, like I said, like Jazz was in Thailand recently and he was smoking weed. Like you can smoke weed in Thailand and stuff. You might have to pay a cop off at some point, but like, it's not like, you know, like it's, if you went to North Korea and lit up a spliff and walked down the town square, I'm sure it wouldn't end well. Actually, it's actually legal there, so that's a bad example. But you know what I mean? Like Thailand, they have so many tourists and shit in Thailand. They don't want to bust everyone, but you just can't smuggle drugs out. All right, let's bring in Big Man on campus right now. What's going on, Big Man?
I'm good. How are you?
We're up and down here, Big Man. Motherfucking Padres are up 4-0 on the Dodgers, pissing me off. The Yankees pissed me off, Big Man. They fucking ruined my parlay tonight. It really pissed me off, the Yankees.
Yeah, they shit the bed, didn't they?
Fucking losing to Baltimore. Again, like Baltimore always beats these guys, it seems.
Yeah, they can't get Baltimore right for some reason. But, yeah, look, I mean, there were some good baseball games tonight. But, yeah, that was definitely an annoyance for sure.
And this is a thing where I was talking about this last night on the show. In that, you know, you bet on these baseball teams, dude, that are fucking 30 games over 500 and shit. Like, it's not like the Yankees don't want to win tonight, but it's also, it's not the same. You know what I mean? It's the middle of July. They're in the playoffs. They already know this. Like, it's tough to motivate some of these teams, like Oakland, Cleveland. You know, Cleveland aren't great, but they're in such a shitty division. It doesn't matter. Like, and it's normally you don't really have this in baseball until like late August or September, but we already have it in July. It's kind of unique.
Yeah, I mean, the AL is pretty much decided. I mean, you know, they could just kind of coast and still get into the playoffs. And, you know, Baltimore, I mean, for whatever reason, you're right, though. They always seem to beat the Yankees. I got to look what the record is this year, but it does seem like they struggle. I mean, you know, Tanaka can never really give you like that 7-inning, 2-hit, no-run game. I mean, it's always 4 2/3. He gives up 3 runs and a home run. I mean, the guy just can't seem to get on, you know, that level of consistency. He's a pretty good playoff pitcher, but you look at tonight. I mean, you know, he's okay. He doesn't go deep enough into the game, though. I don't want Chad Green having to pitch 2 innings. I just don't.
I look at the Yankees. I was telling the guys earlier, I've got the Red Sox like ranked ahead of them. I think the Red Sox are a better team than the New York Yankees are.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I don't think they're too much different. I think if the Yankees make a pitching trade, which they have to, I would consider calling the Phillies about Zach Eflin. I think he could be available for them. You know, maybe an Andujar for Eflin kind of trade. You know, I don't think the Yankees are totally, you know, done on Manny Machado either. I'm not sure they need Manny Machado, but they need to go out and get a pitcher. If they can go out and get a J-Happ, a Zach Eflin, unbelievably, maybe a Blake Snell. I think they're better than the Red Sox. Red Sox rotation doesn't do much for me. David Price can't seem to get anything going. Chris Sale, I think, is very beatable. He doesn't have a ton of playoff experience.
Chris Sale got tired last year. He gets tired as the year goes. I can't dispute that. And David Price, I can't dispute that Price has struggled. Look, the Red Sox have struggled over the past couple of years in the playoffs, right? You know, they've been good a couple of times, and it hasn't worked for them, but it's just different now. Mookie Betts is a superstar now. JD Martinez is on another fucking level. To me, the Red Sox are more consistent than the Yankee players are. The Yankee players are just, it's Stanton and Judge and these guys, and it's, 0 for 5 or a fucking 2-run blast, and it's all or nothing with them. I just find the Yankees have better hitters. The Red Sox, I find, can manufacture shit more. Benintendi's a stud. Betts is a stud. JD Martinez is a stud. They're so even, though. I mean, for your, Didi Gregorius, you got his Xander Bogaerts. It really is amazing, position by position, how even they are.
It's interesting. I think you make a good point on, offensively, as a complete offense, batting average, Boston is a better team. And Boston leads the league in offense, 270 batting average.
Exactly.
You look at the Yankees down 251, but then, Gabe, what really matters when you're an offensive baseball team? It's can you score runs? You look at runs, Boston and the Yankees are 1-2. Boston's 5.3, I believe. Yankees are 5.2. So they're right there. The Yankees are more dependent on home runs. But then I ask you, I say to you, Gabe, if the Yankees go out and let's say they go out and get J-Happ, and it's Severino, J-Happ.
I know, but it's not like J-Happ is Roger Clemens, right? I mean, he's having a nice year, but
yeah, but he's having a better year than David Price. And I look at other than David Price and Sale, do you trust that rotation? Do you who has a better bullpen? I hear you. I think they're both obviously very good teams. It's going to be a great kind of end of the summer, fall.
What's amazing is one of them. I was talking about this with Geoff Feinberg earlier. One of these teams is going to have to play a 1-game elimination game against either Seattle or Oakland as well.
Yeah, and you know what? Seattle's, as we know, Seattle's a team that, how many 1-run wins do they have this year? How many?
Got Seattle. They're there. It really is insane. Oakland have gone on such a run. They're 17-4 in their last 21 games now. They've gone on such a run. They're there. I mean, if they win tonight, Oakland, somehow, and come back from the 4-0 deficit, and they win tonight, and Seattle loses tonight, they're 5 games back. We're not even at the All-Star break yet. And Seattle could collapse. I mean, you're hard-pressed to believe that Oakland could play at this winning percentage that they keep playing at right now. But Oakland are fucking good, man. They have a lot of good players. They have no-name guys, but they're good guys that they have. And they can hit the fucking ball, especially when they're on the road. And they're a dangerous team. You can't write that. That's where the drama is. I'm not discounting the Oakland Athletics over Seattle just because Seattle have collapsed so much before. And we all know, big man, really August 1st, the month of August is really sort of when shit gets real. You know what I mean? That's when it's real. August 1st and on is when, oh, fuck, people start to look at the standing. Teams start to look at the standings in a clubhouse and shit in August. And it gets real then.
I mean, I hear you on Oakland. They really have the look of that typical Twins team that might have a good All-Star break and before. You look at this team though. I mean, they don't have one player hitting above 300. You have to think at some point, their pitching is poor. I mean, Gabe, honestly, who's their ace? I mean, who is their ace? Sean Manaea, I guess. I mean, he's been pretty good, but I don't know. I can't think that they'll continue to maintain what they've done, but it's been an interesting story in the first.
They hit a home run in 27 consecutive road games.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Sure.
They're fucking mashers, these guys.
Yeah.
That's the thing with these guys. They're just, they're a no-name, slugging, hard-hitting, doubles-hitting fucking team, man. They're one of those sort of old-school, dirty baseball teams. They're hard not to like, actually.
They're kind of like the Yankees in a way. They all hit a lot of home runs. They don't really hit a great average. They're a mini version of the Yankees, not name-wise, but kind of the way they play. Yeah, they are.
Seattle, and also, guys, sorry, but man, what I was going to say, the thing with Seattle is Seattle are good. And listen, I've been a big backer of Seattle. I've told you guys. I know Big Man was too. But the thing with Seattle is they've won 1,000,000 one-run fucking games. And there's no method to that madness. It's going to regress. Look, the Minnesota Twins are essentially the same team this year as they were last year. Last year they won one-run games. This year they
the problem also that they've had is Irvin Santana's been out. Michael Pineda hasn't pitched one pitch this year. Lance Lynn had a tough start to the year. Barrios has had issues. The pitching's not been good. That's been the problem with the Twins. But you know what's amazing, Gabe, about Oakland? Who's last in payroll in the MLB?
Is it Oakland?
Oakland by about $6 million.
Even, really, huh?
Yeah, these are the bottom five. Oakland is last. Chicago White Sox, Tampa, Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, Miami.
So it goes to show the power of a good general manager, doesn't it? And good drafting, and good scouting, etc.
You know, it's interesting too. You look at some of these teams with low payrolls. Philadelphia Phillies, 23rd. They're in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, 26th, playoff hunt.
Yeah.
Oakland, playoff hunt. I mean,
Kansas City Royals made it to back-to-back World Series.
Sure.
Won a World Series, made it back-to-back. LA Dodgers spend the most money every fucking year. Haven't won a World Series since 1980.
I mean, the Toronto Blue Jays are eighth.
Yankees spend money. When's the last time the Yankees won? 2009 or 10 or whatever it was? Like, yeah, like it's been 10 fucking 11 years.
Okay, you have to agree though. I mean, Toronto Blue Jays, eighth in payroll. I mean, when the hell did they ever win?
They spend the money poorly.
It's amazing.
And it's weird because you look at their roster and it's like, well, how do you spend that money? Like,
who's it going to here?
I know it's the same thing with the Cleveland Cavaliers. When you're like, how the fuck do the Cavs have the highest payroll in the NBA? But I want to say about the Oakland A's here, you know, you got guys like Jed Lowry's a good ball player. You know, guys hitting 288. Chris Davis got 21 home runs. Marcus Simeon's a good fucking player. You know, Manaea is not great, but when he is good, he's very good. Motherfucker throwing no hitter for, right? Their season, they score enough, and baseball's kind of fucked right now, where no one hits the ball anyways. Six, 100 is first in the division. It's fifth. It's third in the American League. The American League's all about power, big man. They're fifth in runs in the American League. They're third in home runs. They're eighth in batting average and eighth in fucking ERA. So essentially, they're slugging their way through this.
Who are you talking about, Gabe?
The Oakland A's.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I mean, they like I said, they've been hitting a lot of home runs. Yeah, listen, I don't know how long it will last, but I think they'll let it ride. I mean, Jed Lowry's having a good year. Chris Davis always hits home runs, but Gabe, I look at Toronto's payroll. Okay, over 30.
Let me walk out for a second, or let me hit refresh. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know if it's me, you. It could be my internet. It's probably Google Hangouts, but
I actually that's why I left. I went back and joined. I don't
you did. Hey, all right, so I'll do the same thing right now. Okay, keep talking then.
All right, man. But yeah, I mean, you look at Toronto. I mean, their payroll. I mean, 31% of their payroll is Russell Martin, Estrada, Happ, and Kendrys Morales. Kendrys Morales makes $11 million a year. Why? Why the hell does Kendrys Morales make $11 million a year? I want to get Gabe's opinion on this though when he comes back. I mean, just a dreaded payroll. I mean, dreaded. And you look at some of the good players in this team. Not making anything. Gaviglio, $418,000.
Here we go.
But Gabe, yeah, I'm looking at this payroll. 4 players make up 30% of the payroll. Russell Martin, Estrada, J. Happ, and Morales. Kendrys Morales makes $11 million.
Fucking, how much does Russell Wilson make? 15?
Russell Martin, $20 million.
Russell Wilson, 20.
11% of the payroll is Russell Martin.
And he's hitting what? 190, 186?
And Marco Estrada's having a bad year as well. He makes $13 million. So 18, almost 19% of their payroll is those two. Jay Happ's gone, so there's another 7%. And Kendrys Morales is a veteran free agent, I believe.
So the thing is, too, when I always bring this up about salary caps, and I don't want to get too serious tonight, but that's what I do on this show. I'm all over the place. So But the thing is with salary caps, big man, you look at baseball, you just mentioned it. So I brought this up. We were talking baseball with Feinberg earlier, and we were talking about how when people cap baseball, they often talk about the starting pitcher, but you'll rarely hear people talk about this team's bullpen, right? And bullpens win championships. And so we looked, all right, who have the best bullpens this year? The top 6 bullpens in Major League Baseball, big man, are all in the playoffs right now, or in the playoff hunt. Are right there, like all 16 teams with the best bullpen, top 16. Had nothing to do with bullpen stats, really. So I'm just stating, you look at the Cleveland Browns, man. The Cleveland Browns have sucked without a salary cap, and they've sucked with a salary cap. The Detroit Lions have never made it to a fucking Super Bowl, all right? It doesn't matter whether there's a fucking salary cap or not a salary cap. The Lions never made it to a fucking Super Bowl. And the Pittsburgh Steelers fucking won a shitload of Super Bowls in the 70s before there was a salary cap, and they've won cap era, okay? The Pittsburgh Steelers are a well-run organization. The Cleveland Browns are not. And we hear about salary caps supposed to be these equalizers when, in fact, they're actually prisons. And, they're holding teams back, in a sense. Salary caps are communists. And it's funny that we're in such a capitalistic society, especially now in America, and somehow these salary caps are justified when that's all they are. It's a cap on fucking how much they want to fucking pay the fucking players. And then somehow no one will ever take the player's side, too, because the owners know that the average person is going to say, look at this spoiled brother. He's ungrateful. And Laura Ingraham and these cunts are going to go on fucking TV. Shut up and dribble. And rah, 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 rah. You know what I mean? So they know that. And the public will always say, oh, these guys are overpaid fucking anyways and shit. When all the money, the salary caps, the Toronto Maple Leafs before, guys, the Maple Leafs used to spend like $110 million a year on players. And then there was a salary cap, they can only spend $75 million on players. It's like, who's that beneficial for? And is the team getting better? No. Salary caps aren't created, okay, to make fucking sports equal. Salary caps were created to make owners fucking money, all right? And as soon as people fucking realize that, sports will be fucking better off. And case in point, you look at baseball, and the richest teams don't fucking win all the fucking time. It's like life. You can't buy love. You can't just buy a championship in sports and baseball. It won't work. You can try. Teams have just tried to do it. Maybe the Miami, the Florida Marlins did it years ago. And yeah, there's rare instances and shit. But you have to have a farm system. It's not about money. It's about drafting and running an operation correctly, big man.
And look
at your Philadelphia 76ers. Salary cap or not, if Colangelo and it's a shit show and you got fucking Zinky and these fucking dudes, it's a shit show. It doesn't matter if it's a cap or not, if it's a shit show.
And look at what you said. Most bullpens are what makes you win. You don't spend a lot on bullpens. You got to go after the little things. Getting some big name, guys in the bull, in the rotation or the starting lineups. They're going to make a huge difference. You got to do little things, bullpens, things like that. Look, I will say this with Toronto quickly. They have had some injuries. Donaldson, Tulowitzki, they're making a ton of money as well.
Baseball team. They're sort of in the middle. Like they don't want to admit they're in a complete rebuild, so they don't, the Jays are a clusterfuck, bro. They're going nowhere fast. The thing with the Jays, the Toronto Blue Jays, honestly, are about 2 years away, and they're going to be a fucking team of all kids of Major League Baseball players. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., big man, is by far the number one prospect in baseball.
Sure, but they don't pick him up.
Yeah, he just got called up to Buffalo. He's injured, but yeah, he's going to be up in AAA now.
They got Bichette too.
Up in September. He's he is a fucking monster, real fucking deal. Like people are saying he's better than his father, and pretty crazy to say, but so far he is. Like at this age, he is better than his father was. So he's a stud. Kid is a fucking stud, and he's down there in the minors playing with Guerrero and shit. So they're going to come up together. Cody Clemens, Roger Clemens' kid, is going to be the new third baseman. So you're going to have Guerrero Jr., Bichette Jr., and Clemens Jr. all on the field at the same time for the Jays in the next couple of years.
I mean, Bichette and Guerrero are 2 top 10 prospects on one team. I mean, amazing. Yeah. That's one little thing that, but you know what, Gabe? You know what I worry about with Toronto? They'll do some dumb move and get rid of one of those two. They'll trade them away for like.
Don't forget, they did trade fucking Noah Syndergaard for R.A. Dickey.
That's what I'm saying. They'll do like they'll trade Bichette away for like, I don't know, Giancarlo Stanton or some dumb stupid trade.
Well, you're right. They're the big at getting like a guy that's not a star anymore. That was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, look, you're right. Hey, we got fucking Judge. He's got a bad back now.
Or no, like Matt Kemp will continue to have a great year, and Matt Kemp will be like an all-star like he is, and maybe the Dodgers will win the title, and they'll go out and try to get Matt Kemp or some like bad guy that had just one good season recently.
Well, a classic example is who's their center fielder now? Curtis Granderson.
Yeah, right.
Like that's the thing with the Blue Jay players now is they're not bad, but they're not good. You know what I mean? It's like the Jays. It's like the Jays organization just sort of said, all right, listen, just put something out there that we won't suck, but you know what I mean? If we can beat 500, people will come to the park and we'll got an attitude.
If I were them, if I'm the Toronto Blue Jays, I would go to the Yankees and say, listen, we'll give you J-Hap, but we want Sheffield, I don't know, Andujar and Florial. And those are 3 big-time prospects that they can get. I mean, they'll get better. I mean, they have some pieces. Get rid of Hap, go out and get some young kids.
Oh, there's a Biggio, too. What, is Biggio on the fucking Blue Jays, too? No, he's not. I was gonna say, come on, what is fucking every fucking junior fucking kid? Like fucking are they all? A lot of people are asking if we're gonna get into some virtual shit tonight.
Yeah, I'm up for it if you want to.
A little while, so we're still scoreless in the baseball. Speaking of Oakland Athletics, boom, Oakland takes a 5-4 lead.
You're kidding? Wow.
Fuck out of here. Fucking solo home run in the top of the fucking 11th after they put up a 4 spot down 4-0 in the 9th. That's what I'm saying, big man. Like, they might not have all-stars and shit, man, but they got resilient fucking players on this team, man. This is a ball team, man. This is a baseball team.
They definitely do. Wow.
They get their uniforms dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like they're a hard team not to pull for. Fuck. Like they really are. They have no hands. There's a bunch of rats running around the stadium. Getting in the stadium, it looks like.
It's an ugly place, Oakland, for sure. Hey, Gabe, I'm getting on a table tennis match here if you're interested.
Well, you're jumping right into the DJ and shit.
Yep, I'm going to jump on Arthur Topokarov.
Well, plus 125.
Yeah, take a shot.
Against fucking Felix Kaplan.
Yep, take a shot.
I don't know, man. Kaplan's pretty good.
No futsal tonight, so I have to resort to table tennis.
And we do have badminton. After you left the other night, like that night when we went on that epic bender.
Yeah, I heard you betting badminton.
Yeah, I didn't stop. You were gone. I was like, all right, well, no more virtual. And the next thing you know, I got like $100 on a badminton match, and like $50 on this, and $100 on like it wouldn't stop, dude. Like I finally had to close the computer like 4 a.m. I was like, all right. Like I was betting on everything at the end, bro. Like whatever came up, you know what I mean? And it was New Zealand Basketball League that like popped up at like 4 in the morning. And I lost. That's when I tapped out. I was like, all right, fuck, I gotta tap out. I'm up for a virtual soccer game, but let's get to the real soccer first. You and I talked about Belgium today. Listen, they can't hang their heads or anything. They had a good tournament. France were just better. The better team won. I did think that the officiating was bad and really bad, and I thought it was an advantage for France. Like, number one, I don't know how Hazard, that wasn't a fucking free kick, bro. And that was a monster free kick. We're talking 10 minutes left in the match. Free kick, basically fucking right on the border, right on the foot, the ledge of the box.
That could have been big for the corners, too.
A scoring opportunity. And not called. Like, for the life of me, I don't understand. It was a blatant tackle, not called. And then after an extra time, so they add 6 minutes to extra time. France killed like 3 of the 6 minutes, big man. There should have been 3 minutes to the 6 minutes added on to the 6 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I thought there'd be at least 7 or 8 minutes. The ref was standing right there, obviously, also with the free kick that wasn't given. Could have been big for the corners market as well, Gabe. Could have had an extra corner kick there. It was just an ugly game, both every way, really.
You gotta log in. Hey, now I don't know. Fucking Google, man. Really pissing me off, man. All right. Look at me. Like, it's Google Hangouts. It's not our internet or anything like that. It's both of us. It's fucking, we're screwed. We're gonna have to fight through it. Our apologies.
Yeah, the connection's bad. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, it's Google Hangouts tonight. It's not our internet. So there's nothing we can do. I mean, there's only so many times you and I can log in and out. Fuck. I mean.
Well, guess we're wrapping the show up early tonight.
Yeah. I actually do have to wrap it up, at least at 1 tonight.
Oh, here we go with that.
Yeah, no, I'm dead serious. But, yeah, so I just thought that it was bad officiating. Look, in the extra time, so there's 6 minutes of extra time added. Fucking Mbappe starts fucking around with the ball. Kills like a fucking minute. They give him a yellow card, but they don't add any time on after.
Yeah, and the thing
after,
is,
Griezmann was fucking around in the corner with the ball. It was constant at the end. Like, they really killed 2 to 3 minutes in the 6 minutes.
well, and that's the thing about soccer late in games. I mean, Mbappe gets a yellow card. Big fucking deal. He knocked off a minute and a half off the time. I mean,
I know. All right, so yeah, happy birthday. So it's officially a birthday coming up here now?
no, it was my birthday today, Tuesday. I think we lost Gabe. Am I still there? Someone tell me if I'm still
Holy fuck.
Are we live? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, HTC. Thanks, SC. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks. Here we go. Thanks, Spencer. I'm 29. 29. Thank you, Sam. Thanks, Big Will. Appreciate it, everybody. Thanks, Pappin. Thank you, Jed. Thank you, Junior. Thank you, Jabron. Thank you, John. Happy birthday to you. Or happy belated. Thanks, Millhouse. Thanks, Plus Money. Yeah, after hours with me. Hi, Rich. Yep. You're all stuck with me for the rest of the night. Thanks, Chad. Thank you, Mud. Thanks, Truth. Sean, thank you. David, appreciate it. G Cars, everybody, thank you. Let's not get Mick on. Let's avoid that. Mick was not happy. Mick reached out to me the other day and said, quit talking shit about him. So I don't remember doing, but thank you, Javier.
All right, I think we might be a little clearer now.
Yeah, but Gabe, my birthday was.
Yeah, happy birthday, big man.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Just getting killed by a fucking Google tonight.
Yeah, the connection's bad, isn't it?
Ugh, fucking motherfucker. We'll see if we can fight through this and it'll clear up a little bit. But now it looks like I froze.
You got a lot of videos open or windows open?
No, I got nothing open.
Fucking thing.
It's Google Hangouts, bro. Like SBR, they don't do 2 and 3 hour shows like I do, right? Or 4 hours. So
No, we don't use Google Hangouts anymore. We use Skype.
yeah, so Skype's the way to go. Fuck. And I was thinking too, I'm going to speak to SBR about this. They're the ones that set the Google Hangout shit up here for this. Especially if we're doing these fucking virtual soccer games, we could set it up on Twitch. It'll be here on YouTube anyway, but it'll be on Twitch, and we could put the fucking video virtual game up on the screen, big man.
We should definitely do that. The thing is, Gabe, you should set up the YouTube instead of them because it's off of their server.
It's unbearable right now.
Is your weather bad?
All right, hold on. Hang in here, guys.
I will say, guys, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home. Sunday will be a month I'm here. I'm ready to go home.
The entire World Cup?
Yeah, I've pretty much been here. I've been here since Father's Day.
God, motherfucking stupid Google Hangouts. Well, Google Hangouts all right. It doesn't let us down too much, but when it does, it sucks.
Yeah. No, it can suck sometimes.
It clears up. Usually, like, this happens sometimes around midnight for us when we're on for a couple hours and shit like that.
You're right. It's definitely not meant for 2 and 3 hour shows for sure.
No.
Let's just get
fucking frustrating. I'm thinking I can't get to the. It's too choppy for the virtual right now. It's too like I'm getting really pissed off by this. It just doesn't fucking stop.
Oh, we got a game coming up: Portugal, France.
Big baller swag pimp muffin. Yeah, this is gonna end well.
Yeah, he's hey all, great to be back. Nobody knows who you are, bro.
I don't remember any swag pimp muffin before.
It's about an hour and a half, McGinnis.
By
the way, Gabe,
I'm trying to fight through it. It looks like it could be clearing up a little bit.
It looks like the rain has stopped, Gabe.
Yeah, it's like we had virtual Google Hangout issues here. We're trying to fight through it.
All right, let's get to virtual now.
Big man's like, fuck Croatia and England. Fuck.
Fuck that game. It's gonna be a draw.
It is gonna be a draw. Draw and under, boys. You're wondering.
Gabe froze.
Fuck.
Now we jinxed it. It's back to being bad.
It's usually about 15 minutes when this shit happens. It'll be all right again. I gotta fight through it. It fucking sucks for the viewers, but whatever. They're not paying. Right? They can complain all of it's free.
Right.
They still complain anyways, but all right, so it's 5-4 for the Athletics right now. They've got runners on first and second. Oh, no, 5-5. They tied it up, son of a bitch, and runners on first and second. So I got my hopes up to win this game, and now it looks like we're going to lose the game. The Chicago Cubs have a runner on second base with 1 out. It's scoreless there in the 7th inning. All right, are we clearing up now? Yeah, it looks like it's getting a little better, actually. It's not like HD. Like, settle down, Tyrant. He enjoys the tech issues.
Yeah, settle down, D-Banker. We'll get to it.
What's D-Banker want? All right.
Said you guys playing virtual soccer. We've had quite the following on that, Gabe.
People love it. It's like
we're the new
bigger than the actual World Cup. I know.
We definitely need to start like a channel with that because we'd be bigger than that kid that plays Fortnite.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is why I'm dead serious. We got to figure out the Twitch angle. And exactly, you and I can just sit here and play soccer. People can actually watch the game, man. I guarantee you we're going to have more hits than we'll ever get. It's sort of like, I'm telling you, people in video games, right? It's like, oh, these guys are betting virtual soccer. You'll see. We're gonna have like 800 people watching at once suddenly.
Yeah, I think we should definitely do it. I agree.
So they do have Premiership soccer.
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, I think we should try Premiership once in a while.
But we're in World Cup mode, and I don't know, like.
Oh, Germany's up next. Oh no.
Oh, fuck them, bro.
Let's just
I
take
don't want to
Uruguay.
be part of that game.
Let's just take Uruguay.
No, we're gonna get fucked. I don't have time to get in. I'm passing on this one. Next one we're in. I'm dead serious. Germany, virtual and reality have fucked me too hard.
The next one sucks too.
It's going to be a draw. It's going to be a draw.
So are you betting draw?
Yeah.
All right, I'm in on draw. Germany, Uruguay.
No, I'm going draw in the next one. Japan.
Okay, we're not
Korea.
doing this one. Okay, yeah, I didn't do anything here.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of minutes to break this one down. So we got Japan and South Korea. I think it feels like a draw.
I'm going under 2.5.
I was thinking it goes under 2. Under 2.5 minus 175.
Watch, Uruguay will win. I'm sure of it. Oh, Germany scored.
Oh,
No, they didn't.
fuck, that was fucking long opportunity there.
If Uruguay wins, I'm going to be pissed because I wanted to take them 4-1.
Here comes Uruguay.
Oh no.
Oh. All right. So I'm going under the number. Let's get it. I'm getting in. Under the number, 2.5, Japan, South Korea.
Yep, I'm definitely on that right now. Hold on.
And draw.
Is there a draw in under 2.5?
No, I'm just going under plus 220. I'm going under 2.5 minus 175 and a draw plus 225.
I'm going to do that also. I'm also going to take that it's 0-0 at halftime plus 187. So I'm going to go 0-0 at half plus 187, and I'm going to take the under 2.5.
Look at this. They actually have, they're hardcore. There it is. Halftime, full time. Draw plus 400.
Yeah, I'm under looks like the big play here. Let's go 0-0 at halftime as well. Plus 187.
Was this fucking game in extra time? How long is this fucking game?
Wow, Germany just scored. They're such fuckers, man.
I'm done with these guys, virtual and real. Well, here comes Uruguay.
What a save.
All right, guys. So you guys all have time to get in on this right now. You got about a minute and a half here. This game is going to be over in a second. And look at this. Germany finally wins 1-0. See, we saved you, fuck.
No surprise. We don't bet them and they win.
Yeah. I know. Okay, so now it gets real, boys.
I'm going under 2.5, draw at halftime.
Japan.
Yeah.
We've got Japan and South Korea under 2.5. All right, guys. So, well, look at Brett Patterson. He's going under 1.5 and 2.5. What's up, Zach Henkel? Yeah, under 2.5. Oh, here we go. 30 seconds.
I need 0-0 at half. I need one of those quick, like, there's 2 segments. You know how they got the sequence?
Remember that one game, bro? It was like 1 second. It was like, oh, we're at the half.
Yeah, that's what I need here.
Glitch.
I need one of those.
17 seconds. Here we go. No more bets.
Well, they're being allowed to play.
Japan with the ball at midfield.
Rather well.
Japan pressing.
Lovely skill.
Oh.
And a wonderful opportunity. Which
Oh, fuck off. We bet the under and the guy scores on the first fucking kick of the game.
That's so sick.
down.
God, it's already I lost one already.
Very well so far. Spun into space.
No.
Many options. And he tried to do it on his own.
Jesus, fuck me.
They've been buzzing around to some effect
Here comes Japan again. We need a draw, so we can't have Japan score again. No. Big save.
Halftime. Fuck you, Japan. I gotta just get this to push.
All right, next goal. Come on, we need South Korea. Come on.
Everybody behind the ball.
South Korea, you guys ever going to touch the ball or what?
This attack, and the probing goes on.
Fuck off.
That's a very good ball. Timing header, he had to score.
Come on, South Korea.
In this attack.
South Korea pressing.
In support as well.
Into the box.
The cross is well stood up. Keeper's nowhere.
Yes. Yes. 1-1. Let's just end it.
All right, no more goals.
Fluency, control, composure, all of that in evidence. They've got to open up this defense somehow.
No.
And they've done exactly that. It should have scored.
Christ, man.
End the game. Fuck. They're only at 71 minutes.
So far. Just a question of where they can take this. They can take it somewhere very meaningful indeed. It was a whisker away.
Just end the game.
Yes, game over. Yeah. Boom.
Oh, fuck. Tie in under 2.5, motherfuckers.
Boom. Oh, this is a good one. Australia, Switzerland.
2-0.
I'm going Switzerland, Gabe.
All right. That was a nice way to start off here.
Boom.
Hey, and the Cubs take a 1-0 lead.
Boom. I'm going Switzerland plus 220.
All right, I'll jump on that. Switzerland. Fuck. I think it's another under 2.5, but yeah, we can't justify laying 225 in virtual soccer. So I don't want to lay the juice.
Yo, Gabe, I'm going to do that.
Switzerland wins to 0, fuck.
I'm going to do, you could do Switzerland wins 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1.
All right, I got in on Switzerland.
Yeah, I'm on Switzerland here, too. Come on. Plus 220.
No more bets.
Well, they look like they mean some business with this attack.
Let's
There's
go,
a good
Switzerland.
tempo about it.
Oh.
That is a clever to let off.
Wow.
Giddy effort.
How do you not score?
Happy to play keep the ball at the back just for the moment. Maybe this is a little bit different.
Oh, no.
Let's
Here comes
develop
Australia.
very quickly, suddenly an opportunity.
Yes.
All right, 0-0 at the half. I'm telling you, I think Switzerland's going to win 1-0, man. Let's go. Here comes Australia with the ball, though. Australia.
Nicely weighted pass. Possibilities of something on the overlap here. Oh, it's close.
Oh, good.
Come on, Switzerland.
Come on, Switzerland. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Shaqiri.
I turn it over.
Oh, you turn it over. Fuck.
And this could spell danger.
Fuck off.
Here comes the header.
Oh, nice
straight to the
save.
goalie. Midfield players with plenty of room to work
Switzerland's giving us nothing on offense, just like real life, big man. What a shot.
They just don't get the ball.
Halfway line here. He's going to have a go.
Jesus Christ. They never have a fucking ball.
Plenty of the crowd to enjoy, and at least the quality of this particular move. It must be a goal. No, it isn't. Goalkeeper was terrific.
All right, here we go. Late win for Switzerland. Look at this. Are you guys going to
Never
get one
has a
shot on
ball.
that?
Defense.
This is fucking bullshit, man.
It's all pretty silky. Lovely goal.
I mean, they don't ever have the ball. What the fuck? I'm down a unit now. Fuck me.
That's the biggest virtual screw job I've ever seen. Switzerland never touched the ball once, fuck. Switzerland never touched the ball once, fuck. I fucking knew that game was going to go under, too. Fuck me. That's fucking rigged. That's bullshit.
Great. Ivory Coast up next.
All right, who is this, fuck? What,
I'm going
Switzerland?
under.
Switzerland again?
Under.
Switzerland and Ivory Coast. Fuck me, fuck. Same fuck. Who's playing next after this? Uruguay and France, fuck.
Your call.
Oh, fuck me, man.
I'm going on Switzerland.
Plus 120.
I'm taking Switzerland again.
Doesn't Ivory Coast always fuck us? They never play well?
Yeah, I'm taking Switzerland again. Fuck it.
All right, I'll go with Switzerland, too.
I'm getting them one more time.
Yeah, the Swiss should win this. Lowering the unit size here because we started off nice. I don't want to give this away.
I swear to God, if Ivory Coast fuck me again, I'm done with them.
We're on Switzerland.
Switzerland plus 120.
Trying to build up something down that side, but that's a very good
What a
challenge.
surprise. They can't have the ball again.
And that ball has cut the defense apart. Oh,
They just never get the
Well, what is this? Like, what is it? Programmed like Switzerland? Don't, like, what is this
passing
thing, man?
football.
It's brutal. Go.
Shot at the cross and a great save.
We're getting fucking ripped off. Halftime already.
Why are we betting? Why don't we just bet every first half draw under?
What the fuck is this? Just bury the ball, Switzerland. Here you go.
Into a little space here. Very good save.
That's best. Corner. Goal. Yes. Yes. Yes.
1-0. Let's go, Switzerland.
Give me another one. Get another one here.
Black side, it's a little too
Here we
easy.
go again. Let's go,
Not too many
Switzerland.
signs of a challenge.
Goal. Oh.
All right, fuck off. No late draw. All right, so now Switzerland's all over them. They got the ball.
Everybody
Switzerland.
wanting to get involved in this attack.
Pressing.
Good move. Here comes the cross, and that might have been a splendid
Hey,
move.
Oh, how'd that not go in?
Now Switzerland's got the ball every time.
Well, it's slow motion, almost exhibition match type pace here. They're trying to get things right, and they might have done too.
Oh, no late push here. All right, Switzerland's dominating possession.
That's a free kick.
Free kick.
Out wide.
I haven't had a penalty kick yet, surprisingly enough.
Here comes the free kick.
Boom.
There you go.
Let's go. Get that money right.
Switzerland wins 2-0.
Bang, bang, bang.
All right, so we're 3-1.
Winner, winner. All right, let's go with.
We got Uruguay and France.
I'm thinking France plus 200 here.
Fuck, it feels like an under 2.5, but it's minus 225.
France plus 220. 200 looks good.
Yeah, I agree. France is a dog. All right, I'm going to get in on France.
Hey, Gabe. Gabe, have you ever seen a score in this game over 2-1? I haven't.
No, we've never had a 2-2, I don't
All right,
think.
so let's take France by 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1 plus 240. You get an extra $40. I'm taking that. I'm taking that. That's my bet in this game.
I just got in on France at plus 200 so far.
I'm taking France by 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1 plus 240.
Look at this in the next game. Yeah, they have a prop here. Fucking look at that. Number of goals. No goals, 700. 1 goal plus 260. 2 goal. Let's set the next match. So we're in on France here, plus 200.
I'm on France by 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1 plus 240.
All right. Here come
Good
France.
determined run forward by the fullback.
Let's go, Mbappe.
On a broad canvas. Oh, look at that
Pogba.
one.
Griezmann.
Oh, my God, man.
Allez. Allez, Le Bleu.
Here, and to score.
Fuck off.
Corner.
Let's go. Bury this shit. Here comes a goal.
Magnificent
Oh,
effort.
fucking big save. Fuck. 0-0 at the half again. Fuck. Come
Go.
on, France.
Well,
2-on-1.
there's
Let's
the
go.
freedom of the penalty area. Keeper's
Come on. How do you not score on that? Fuck. Another corner.
They just can't score.
Oh, this fucking game's fucked, bro.
Slides that one through. That's going to be a free kick.
Oh, fuck off. That's a fucking clean tackle.
Difficult angle. He'll probably go for the cross here. Just over.
Come on,
That
France.
is
Go,
a
go.
gorgeous spin into space.
Nice. All right,
Very
France,
promising
center field,
attack
midfield.
so far.
Pressing it forward.
Where do
Nice
they take
passing. I think we got a penalty
Superb
kick coming.
ball and save.
Oh. It's going to end a scoreless draw. Fuck.
They're putting the accent certainly on
Fucking
retaining
Uruguay,
possession.
unders,
Looking up to
fuck.
the football in this phase of the game. That's a decent not on opportunity here and wasted.
All right, late goal.
One more
Late
chance.
goal.
One more
Late
chance.
goal.
Pass the ball
Late
around
goal,
almost
France. Let's
as they
go.
please. Not much pressure on the ball.
Let's go.
And he's found some space here for the shot.
Oh, weak ass thing. Oh, man.
I thought that one would go under. Fucking, why do they have the same teams playing all the fucking time? Let's mix it up. Let's go to the Premiership. Fuck.
Yeah, I agree.
Very useful ball out of defense. Where can they?
We got a game in
Let's go in the Premiership. All right. So we got fucking Watford Hornets. What the fuck is this? Fuck.
It's Premier League. Watford against West Bromwich Albion.
Look at the versus the Baggies.
We got Liverpool against Everton. Wait, what the fuck's up with this? Oh, that's coming up next. Okay, West Bromwich against Watford. I'm going to take West Bromwich Albion plus 100.
Both teams to score plus 125.
Is that what you're taking?
Yeah.
All right, I'm taking West Bromwich Albion plus 100 and both teams to score.
Both teams to score.
I think
Plus 125. I think we can get this. All right, we're coming up in a minute here, boys. So it's going to be up in a second here. So we got some Premiership this time. I didn't like the same slate. It was the same teams over. We'll get back to the World Cup in a minute. If we can get through this. All right, guys. So if you're switching it up, jump in with us here. We're going over the Premiership virtual soccer. You see it right there.
We should do.
You grabbed the baggies.
Yeah, I'm on the baggies. Yeah.
I'm going to jump in on this too at plus 100.
We should do the Super League after this. That's pretty fun. That's like all different teams. All right, here we go.
The score and the fucking and West Albion. Let's go.
I'm sure that rather under-hit pass should have found its target, but it did, and the attack is still very much alive. Opportunity is wide.
Come on, fuck. I need both teams to score or for fucking the baggies to win. Let's go, baggies.
Forward.
Let's go, baggies.
Well, that's a decent little trick, too. Here's the cross. And
there you go.
Beautifully done.
There's one goal, but we're down. Fuck now,
So
1-0.
what can they cook up in this attack? So far, good controlled football.
Are we ever going to touch the fucking ball or what?
That's brilliant.
What the fuck, man?
2-0.
Just pass the ball around almost.
I mean, I need West Bromwich to score a break even here.
There's space for the shot here, which is not far away.
Fuck, I thought that was going in. Come on, just give me a goal here. Both teams to score at plus 125.
Rainy stuff, really. And they've worked that beautifully again. It ought to be a goal. That is a great save.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck. 2-0 at the half. Fuck, we're screwed.
I just need one to break even.
I know, we need a goal here. Let's go.
Certainly passing the ball with some confidence. Where is it all leading to?
Come on.
They've set up something here.
Oh.
That's a bad miss.
Of course it's a bad miss because we need it. Fuck. Come on, fuck.
The football has been quite majestic. This is another slick move, and that could have been another goal.
Unbelievable. Like, how many chances you guys fucking need, man?
This attack. There's a good tempo about it.
We're running out of time.
That is a clever effort. Oh, what a let-off.
That was a fast game. Let's go back to the World Cup.
Obviously key. And they're doing that.
Fucking frustrating. This fucking next game. Ivory Coast and Ghana. Fuck.
Bro, I'm doing one more, man. I'm getting crushed.
All right, let's think outside the box here, big man. Ivory Coast, Ghana, over 2.5 plus 150.
I like it.
That there's goals here. Plus 150. If we keep on taking shots at the plus money ones, we got to hit. Fuck.
I'm in.
Yeah, fuck this. I'm going Ivory Coast also. Over 2.5 at plus 150. Ivory Coast at plus 100.
Dude, I need to get my money back. I'm taking Ghana.
I know. I was all happy. I was up nice after that first hit with the draw on the under. And suddenly, look at this. Fucking Mexico's up 3-0 at the half.
Jesus.
Holy fuck.
I've never seen more than 3 goals in this game.
Mexico's killing them. They're up 3-0 at the half. All right, so Ivory Coast. There better be fucking goals in this fucking game. What's the one coming up after that? Fuck. Wow, 4-0 final. We never seen that before.
Correct score 150-1, 4-0.
We were just talking about it. Fuck.
All right, I'm taking Ghana plus 275 and over 2.5. If I hit this is big. I'll be back and I'll get all my money back.
Yeah, so Ghana. What are you on? What'd you take? Ghana plus 275?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're on opposite sides here. I got Ivory Coast plus 100, and we're both on over 2.5. That over 2.5 at plus, like you said, at plus 150. I don't care, like if I split here, but I'd like to get this over. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's sort of the strategy here, guys. You sort of take 2 at plus money, and if they both hit, great. If one of them hits, you move on.
I'll be back to even or near even if I can get this.
The Cubs. The Cubs are up 2-0 now. That's good. Cubs are up 2-0. That's what it is. Yeah, but we need some luck here. I don't want to get killed here either. Let's go. Here we go. What the fuck's going on?
Goal. Yes. 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 Come on, Ghana. You fucks. Come on.
As well. He's tried to bend one and the goalkeeper had to be acrobatic.
1-0 Ghana. Fuck. I'm fucking fast half. That's bullshit. Fuck. I'm getting sick of Ivory Coast screwing me around too. Come on, we need goals. Let's get goals here.
In this attack. Build-up's okay, isn't it? That's a late run, and the goalkeeper to the rescue.
Fuck off.
Bit of space here.
Score, fuck.
Well,
Penalty.
that might be a penalty.
Penalty.
Come on, Ghana. Fucking hell. Let's go.
What about that? Cheeky as you like.
Nice. 2-0. So you're looking for Ghana. Let's get this over now. Come on.
So what do they
Let's
come up
go.
with this
Give me
time?
one more, baby. Come on, Ivory Coast.
Well, that's very precise, very intricate, and that's
Yes! Yes!
Oh, over hits.
Boom.
I fucking knew it, big man. I felt it. This one over.
Right here.
Good call. Fucking hell.
Got to pick the right pass. He has done, but the goalkeeper got
Damn, I just hit 4.25 units on one play. Boom. Back in the fucking
pocket of space here. Looks for the 1-2. Super save.
There it is. 2-1. No.
Off the short corner.
That was
Routine,
weird.
and he's produced a goal.
Oh, my God. I really lost Ghana? Wow.
I never seen that type of play before. Like, you see that? The ball was in the corner. They
Dude,
stopped.
are you kidding with this? Wow. I really lost Ghana. Are you kidding?
We were just saying we never see a 2-2. We got a 2-2. 4 goals.
Dude,
2
I'm
games
telling
in a
you.
row, 4 goals.
I'm telling you, this is my last one. I'm telling you.
This one's going under.
It's brutal.
Holland and fucking Greece is going under.
I'm betting 5 units on the under. I don't care. I really just lost that. I could have won 4.25 units. I win a half a unit. Fuck off. I was up 2-0. Brutal. Now under big.
Yeah, Holland, Greece, under. Let's go. Let's get this. I'll go a little bigger here, too. Fuck it. I think Holland's going to win, though. All right, I'm going under 2.5, and I'm grabbing Holland at minus 138.
This is my last one.
Yeah, I went bigger on this, too. Let's get this shit.
Yeah, I got a big play on this game.
Fuck, man. And it freezes for me. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Oh, here we go.
We have the under, so I'm sure there'll be 8,000 attempts.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 is all it takes.
Oh, fuck off. Really, Grease?
Some of this passing has a laser-controlled quality about it. Very smooth. Movement's good as well. Chance here. Should have finished it, really. Bit of space for him to work in here, and that's a pretty cynical foul.
Typical. We have the under. There's 8,000 attempts.
It's not an easy angle. Smart save.
I know. Like, how many attempts are going to be in a half here, bro?
Hook up in this move. Well, he tried to go through the party
Fucking
tricks, but
turnover.
possession
You
was
never
lost.
see that.
That's a good ball through and a goal.
Of course. All right, 1-1.
Not a good night for me with this.
Taking their time down this side, and here comes the cross now. Well, that's nice, and that's even better.
All right, I'm done, Gabe.
2-1 Holland.
They've been passing the ball around rather well. Just got to fashion something. Chance of a cross here. Keeper did his job.
And here's Grease to fuck me late with a goal.
Is that a foul? Yes.
Oh,
Penalty.
great. Fuck off. Really?
Never a moment's doubt.
I'm done. No more.
2-2 again? So 3 games in a row, 4-5. Oh, fuck off, man.
Gabe, listen.
Yeah,
Tomorrow, Croatia to advance, plus 130. Lock it up.
Big man says Croatia to advance. Plus 130. Happy birthday, big man.
Thanks, buddy. Yo, I lost a lot on fucking virtual tonight. Fuck soccer.
Bro, that was a fucking screw job. Every fucking game.
I have gone up 2-0. I've never seen a team come back 2-0. Are you kidding? On the last play. What's up at the table tennis, quick, before I go?
I know I was up to. I just fucking lost to. What bigger on that fucking.
Oh, look, dude. Look at table tennis, Gabe. Let's fucking go, Arthur. Arthur killing it right now. Arthur's going to win.
Oh, Arthur is getting it done.
Boom. I'll take that. Give me back. Come on, baby. What the hell are you talking about, Jake? I hate Serbia. What are you talking about? Yeah, listen, Gabe, you should have got on my table tennis bet. I'm killing the random sports right now.
That was frustrating, that little fucking virtual run.
Settle down, Loretti.
I know Belgium's playing right now to virtual. I got to take a pass, though. Now Scott Ramsey's in. We've created monsters. Everyone's betting this shit now. Well, at least one of the sponsors of SBR is getting some late night action here.
Hey, what is going on right now? Did the Sixers do something? Finley comes in and says Sixers. Did they do something? Of course they didn't do anything. What am I getting my hopes up for? All right, Gabe, I'm out of here.
No, I don't see the Sixers have done anything.
Me either.
And then great news, too. I'm on the Oakland A's, and fucking, of course, they come back, and the Astros got to come back and win 6-5. One of those nights tonight, bro.
Did you see how they won? Oh,
No.
my God. Dude, I'm going to tag you in this. Look at how they fucking won. Oh, my God. I've never seen nothing like this. Are you fucking – you're going to be sick when you see this. I just tagged you in it. I got to see your reaction when you see this. This is the most unbelievable – oh, my God.
What, on Twitter? Let me see. All right.
Oh, my God. Watch
It's
it.
one of the most bizarre walk-offs you'll see. All right, here it is. I see, actually.
Absolutely foul.
Tapper near the plate, and everybody's in play. They both advance. It throws away. The Astros are going to win it.
What the fuck?
The fuck just happened?
Two of those this year. That one was shorter than the one previous.
Good job, Luke Roy.
You gotta be kidding me. The
defense has been awful for the Oakland A's, but how do you lose a game on that? That ball somehow stayed.
Fuck, man.
That is so sick.
July 10th, great fucking day today.
Other than my B-Day, yeah.
Was your birthday on the 11th or the 10th?
The 10th.
Oh, okay, so it was earlier. I would wish you a happy birthday today. For some reason, I thought it was like midnight tonight, the 11th. So, yeah.
Oh, good, buddy.
Yeah, it's crazy. My birthday's August 10th, actually, next month.
Oh, we'll have to give you a party at the IPC.
Yeah, hopefully we do better on August 10th than we just did on fucking July 10th.
Hey, well, Gabe, let's hope next August 10th we don't have the same problem that you and I are both having right now.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Besides betting on virtual soccer.
Well, no, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Besides that. All right, guys.
Okay, happy birthday, big man.
Thank you, pal. See you later.
I don't know, man. You guys remember earlier in the year we were all on the air together and we fucking lost that Dodger game against the Padres. Of course, they're playing the Padres again tonight. We're gonna lose. Remember that night we lost that fucking game because Matt Kemp fucking stepped on the wrong side of the fucking baseline? Anytime there's like a weird fucking loss in baseball, it seems like I'm on it somehow. Fuck. Nick D'Amico. The thing is, Nick D'Amico. The thing is, Nick D'Amico, is that it's just frustrating that fucking you get teased. They're losing 4-0. They come back. They fucking take a 5-4 fucking lead, only to lose the game 6-5. Like, I'd rather just lose the fucking game 4-0. I'd rather just lose the game 4-0. Like, why torture us like that? Why? We came back. Hey, great. It's like, no, we didn't. Fuck. And another thing is, you realize it's like every motherfucking game, man. Every fucking Houston Astro game is just a stress job. Fuck. I don't know how the Houston Astros have a win differential of 187 runs. Fuck. I really don't. Because it seems like every fucking game they win by 1 run. And you know what's crazy today, too? Cam Stewart warned me. He goes, you can take the Oakland Athletics on the run line plus 1.5, minus 120. I was like, fuck that. I said, I'll just, and he even said, all Houston games are close. And boom, there it is. Fuck. Fucking bullshit. Fuck. Show started with anger and now it's ending with depression. The Philadelphia 76ers should fucking shut up and stop talking so much. That's what I think the Sixers should do. Sixers don't worry. The Sixers are having a great offseason. I see that fucking Ben Simmons is already in some love triangle with fucking one of the fucking Kardashian Jenners and Tinashe or fucking Ten. Fucking Mbappe, I don't know. Fuck. Like, what's the girl's name? I actually met that chick's name. No shit. I actually met that chick. The chick that Ben Simmons broke up with the Jenner chick, whatever her name is. Tinashe? Tanae? I don't know how you pronounce it. I was in Las Vegas. What's up, Luke? I was in Las Vegas, and she was in the casino. And there was a bunch of people, like, taking pictures of her and shit. And I asked someone, I said, who's she? They told me, she's some fucking pop singer. She got a hit. She was pretty friendly, though. She was taking pictures. The chick I was with, actually, was, like, newer and shit and took a picture with her. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Ben Simmons, like, we always talk about that the Kardashians and shit, it's a distraction on your career. I mean, it's off season, so he can do what he wants. But, if you're the Sixers, do you really want Ben Simmons running around with the Jenners and the Kardashians? Is that it hasn't ended well for anyone, Ben. So here you are, man. You're 1 month in, and already you're TMZ'd up the ass here with love triangle shit. And I don't even know. I don't care. I didn't read about it. I just saw the fucking tweet. I didn't click the story. But it seems every 2 days, Ben Simmons this and Ben Simmons that. And it's never about basketball. It's always about fucking Ben Simmons in Hollywood with fucking Kardashian Jenner. It's a shit show. Tenacious. No, you know what? Normally I'm into Luke. We got to get into, later in the week I'll get into it when we're down to the fucking the semis and shit. I do like Wimbledon and stuff. It's just the World Cup has sort of overshadowed it for me. Listen, Jason Finley, what do you want the Philadelphia 76ers to do? All right. Everybody sign. The Sixers have their team. Like, what should they do? What do you want them to do? They should get LeBron James. No, LeBron James signed. What do you want them to do? Isner sucks, fuck. Listen, I can't give you guys any credible opinion on this. I barely paid attention to Wimbledon. So, and normally I like it too. So I wish I kind of did. I'm going to regret it when it's over, but. John Isner always fucks me, man. John Isner always fucks me. One thing with Isner, most of his matches go over the number. That's one thing about this guy. All these guys, like I would look at the over here. What's the total games? Total games 2-way. 46.5. It's kind of high, fuck. That is high. Normally it's not that high. But the thing is, like, neither of these fucksticks will be able to return anything, so it'll just be a fucking smash fest, fuck. So, I don't know. Scott Ramsey, if you've been watching this shit, Scott's a pretty smart guy. Isner went to your high school, really, huh? Zach Kenkel says Nadal and Del Porto over the number. Exactly, Zach. I bet a lot of tennis, all right? I just haven't bet this Wimbledon. I'm a degenerate gambler, so I'm aware of everything, all right? So I know all about Isner. I always bet the over in Isner matches. Isner, Milos Raonic is good for this shit too. That's why, that's why the total's so high. They're not giving you any money here, though, at 46.5. You basically need 5 sets almost, or 4, When they're setting it at 46.5, they're basically saying there's going to be a lot of 7-6s and shit, right? Because like I said, you got 2 powerful servers. Neither of them are going to return much. It'll just sort of be, whoever has serve will win. Fuck. What's the best bet in the afternoon? Yeah. First half draw is good, dead man. That's what I'm taking. Bruce Chad says Milos's luck runs over. Listen, if there's one thing, well, it's not a bad edge, Bobbert. Roger Federer does pretty well. Listen, there's no doubt. There's one thing about Milos Raonic is he consistently gets to these, he consistently gets this far in a tournament and then loses. He doesn't have the killer instinct. I just don't think Isner's that good. See, you got Djokovic, Nishikori. Djokovic is a -700 favorite. Roger Federer is a -1400 favorite. Del Porto and Nadal. Nadal is minus 275. Del Porto is plus 220. Milos Raonic is minus 150. John Isner plus 120. Another game for Milos. Yeah, it seems to me that the Raonic Isner side of things isn't going to end well for them anyways. Does it really matter who wins? Mohammed Jamba, midget lacrosse city champions. Good for you. Oh yeah, you play lacrosse. Congratulations. Oh, you coach. Good shit. Nothing wrong with winning. Congratulations, Mohammed. Look, I'll be up early in the morning. So, what time is this stuff at? The Raonic and Isner is a little later. What time is that at, this stuff? Is it 8 a.m.? So Isner, yeah, so that's 10 a.m. So that's what I thought. 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. East Coast. 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. So 8 a.m. Djokovic and Federer. Fuck, I guess you can get the day going with a little parlay here. Djokovic, Federer, Croatia, England under. Look, I like the Croatia under. I like England and Croatia under 2.5 a lot. It's minus 200. France and Belgium can only score fucking one goal. I'm telling you right now, tomorrow in this soccer game, I think there's a distinct possibility there's no goal. Fuck. I'm going to play it. Little sprinkle, plus 550. It wouldn't shock me if there's no goal. Plus 550 after 90 minutes. I like the correlated parlay. Well, it's not a parlay in soccer, but however your book handles it, result/total. But basically the draw in the under 2.5 is plus 240 as well. That's not bad. So I'm going to swing for the fences. I'm all about plus money plays, right? Baseball, I'll lay some favorites a bit, but I'm pretty good at identifying the right favorites. And I don't, normally I don't go too high with the price, but generally it's gambling, sort of like what we're just doing this virtual shit. I might, if we're going to play virtual, I'll just take all the plus monies all the time. And if a couple of them hit, you're not really getting killed here. So I don't mind this correlation here of draw and the under after 90 minutes plus 240. But I really like the under 2.5, but it's minus 200. But to me, that's a type of game that, you could put $1,000 on to win $500. I really doubt there'll be 3 goals. I mean, where? Both teams are going to be fucking conservative. Number of goals in match, under 2 goals, plus 150. 2 or 3 goals, plus 100. Over 3 goals. That's kind of confusing. What does that mean? Exact total goals. 0 goals, plus 150. 1 goal, plus 275. 2 goals, plus 225. So look at this. This is what I'm talking about. So with the interesting thing with the total here. So it's 2.5 minus 200. Look what the book is thinking. The book is thinking there's going to be 2 goals in the game. That's what they're willing to pay you the least for. So, if you think there's going to be 3 goals in the game, that's plus 375. I'm laying a minus 200 bet, and the odds of me losing are basically plus 375. I'm getting pretty good value on this. The fact that you see the book will pay you plus 375 for 3 goals lets you know they don't think there's going to be 3 goals scored. Now, I should know if that's exact goals, but still. Look, both teams to score, I would say, it could be 1-1, but I would lean with the no at minus 143. I prefer, I'm not fucking around with this one tomorrow. I got screwed today pretty hard, man. I had over 9.5 corner kicks. It was fucking bullshit. They had 6 fucking corner kicks in the fucking first fucking half. I thought it was a lock, fuck. We were at 6, fuck. I'm like, all right, fuck. I need fucking 4 kicks in the second half. No problem. No, of course, fuck. They get to 9. I swear to God, man, like for the last 20 fucking minutes, man, so many fucking times the ball like wouldn't just roll out of bounds, fuck. Yeah, incredibly frustrating. So I got screwed on the corners. I got screwed on the both teams to score. Tomorrow I'm keeping it more simple. Well, not really. I'm going to have a lot of plays, but most of them are going to be all plus monies. And besides, I'll go big on the under 2.5. And then I'll play the draw and under 2.5 at plus 240. And then I'll get ballsy. I'm going to play no fucking goal, man. Plus 550. Defense. 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 You know what? I'm also going to go under 1.5 at plus 150 because that's plus money too. So listen, there's probably going to be a fucking goal, but at plus 550, I'll sprinkle on it. I'm sure there's 2 goals. Under 1.5 goals at plus 150. I don't have a problem with that pick. That's a nice plus money pick too. Everything plus money, baby. Croatia and England to be a draw after 90 minutes, plus 210. No goal after 90 minutes, plus 550. Under 1.5, plus 150. The only minus money I'll make is the under 2.5, just as a little insurance and a cushion, because I sincerely doubt it'll be 2-1 after 90 minutes. I'm aware of the problem, Scott Ramsey. Thank you very much. I'm aware. I'm aware of what could happen. I'm aware. There's nothing like that beautiful moment. It's like when you have a total and a side in a football game, and you realize you're like, oh fuck, I can't win both now. It's one or the other. Do I like any Japanese baseball tonight? Well, there's no Japanese baseball on right now. It is 2-0 for the Cubs still right now, though. It's in the bottom of the 9th inning right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Nobody on either. 2-0 Cubs. 1 out right now. So we'll keep our eye on this. We are on the Cubs, so it'd be nice to end with a win here with the Cubbies tonight. And you know what's nice, though? We watched this game together last night, and we were on the San Francisco Giants, and tonight I was on the Cubs. I like being right in these series and zigzagging and shit. That's smart baseball betting. Our baseball bets have been pretty good. I sort of forget what I'm depressed about right now. What am I upset about? I'm upset about the Yankees still. And, man, it would have been a nice night. I was on the Brewers. I was on the fucking Phillies. I gave you the fucking NBA Summer League over at the half. The Yankee game, but you know what? It's not ending well here. The Oakland A's coming back, and I didn't have a massive play on it, but it was plus 175. You know, that was depressing. The fucking Seattle Mariners were up 3-0. They're losing 8-3 right now. That's fucking depressing. And we just got virtually fucking screwed in reality, if that makes sense. Let's be real, guys. That was the worst virtual experience that we've had yet. And I think it was pretty much the first time that most of you jumped on this shit. It's like the computer knows us now. Like, hey, we got to stop playing. This is exactly how we started playing virtual last week. Because I said, we were looking for, we were degenerates. There was nothing going on. And we're like, what about virtual? And I said, well, you know what? If you're ever going to play virtual, go big the first couple of times you play because they want to get you hooked on the shit. Because honestly, betting the virtual soccer over those first couple of nights, it seemed pretty fair, actually. But tonight was bullshit. Big man puts $100 on a fucking plus 275. He loses on the last kick of the game. I fucking put 100 on that fucking last fucking under. And then right away it's 2-2. We never see 2-2 fucking games. Suddenly we bet a fucking, like, it's like they roped us. They got us, fuck. That's why I'm not going to jump in and play right now, because I know you motherfuckers got us. We're going to have to hold off. Let the computer algorithm sort of miss us, you know what I mean, for a couple of nights and say, all right, these guys aren't hooked. Because if they're like, look, man, these motherfuckers are all hooked. And another thing is, too, you know that it's not normal for it to be getting this action like this. So suddenly that a bunch of people are betting the same virtual soccer games at once. We're affecting virtual soccer shit now. We're such big degenerates. And now it's all you guys are betting on this shit. You don't think Bet365 is like, what the fuck's going on? Why is everyone's betting the same side? They're almost going to start thinking that we're computer hackers and we're trying to rig the game. You don't think someone at the office out there in Mauritius is like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Why are there like fucking people all over Canada and some people fucking that shouldn't be betting in the States betting fucking on virtual soccer right now? Like, what do they know? That's what they're going to be wondering. Like, you know, they're going to think it's weird. Unless they know about this show, they're going to think it's weird. Why did fucking 13 people just all bet on Ghana over right now? Right? Like, they're going to wonder, like, yeah, well, that's not a coincidence. So I'm sure they're scratching their head. And then the computer probably said, you know what? Fuck these guys. Whoever these clowns are, if they think they're a virtual syndicate cartel, we're taking them down. Fuck. And they just took us down. We got played. We were deemed a virtual syndicate and cartel, no doubt by the traders at Bet365, and they said, "All right, we're shutting this fucking syndicate down." Our virtual syndicate got fucking shut down. They're like, "What do you think they're gonna do?" They're like, why would fucking some guy in Waterloo and some idiot in fucking Montreal and some jackass in Toronto, why are all these idiots all betting on a Holland virtual game at the same time? They're all coincidentally taking the same team? Why? You know they have to be wondering that there. And then they're like, you know what? Fuck these guys, fuck. These guys all bet on the under 2.5. Let's make the fucking computer program 2-2. Make it really crazy, fuck, on these guys. They think they figured out the pattern? We got played, man. We might as well have been playing 3-card fucking money on fucking the corner of fucking Main Street. Yeah, our virtual, I know, watch, next thing you know, our accounts are going to get suspended. Watch. They're going to be like, all right, you guys are all under suspicion of virtual soccer match fixing. You guys, look, honestly, think of this though, okay? Number one, how many people are playing virtual soccer at 1 in the morning? Let me ask you. How many people are playing virtual soccer at 1 in the morning? A couple of people around the world, probably. A couple of degenerates. Yet, suddenly, out of the blue, in the last 4 or 5 nights, these guys, you know, the virtual soccer action is up. And they're probably thinking, hey, it's World Cup, this virtual shit. And then don't tell me that it didn't set off some sort of flag with them, that suddenly, just by coincidence, everybody playing virtual soccer at 1 in the morning is everybody's betting on the same thing. Just by coincidence. Like, even if I was Bet365, I'd be on the internet right now thinking, what, did these motherfuckers, like, figure something out? Like, but the thing is, we weren't betting big enough to really freak them out. Hey, good to see you. See you later, Mud. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Virtual psyching. Yeah, we tried to mix it up into the Premiership, but we got fucked over. Yeah, you know, I was looking at the virtual tennis, but they're big favorites, I noticed, Scott. Yeah, tomorrow night we'll mix it up, all right? Yeah, you're right. Listen, we played. I bet on the virtual cycling last week, but I didn't like it. No, it wasn't the cycling. Big man bet on the cycling because Match Fixer Alert told him to. Fucking, I bet on the fucking virtual horse racing, the trotting. It pissed me off, just like it pissed me off for real. No, we're out. We're out for the night. We're done, Ken.
Anyone else like to share? How about you in the back with the glasses, sir?
My name's Bobby, and I am an addict.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby. You know, you folks aren't here because you're gamblers. You are here because you are terrible gamblers.
Hey, Bobby.
These folks don't need to stop doing what they're doing. They just need to get better at it. Who's dealing?
Please.
Who's that?
You're all in, fuck. That's why you're tuned in to sportsbookreview.com fucking YouTube page at motherfucking at 1:03 in the morning. Who's dealing? Well, guys, we're going to have a reunion of degenerate gamblers in Las Vegas, Nevada. At the IFBC. IFBC now just a little more than a month away. Did the Cubs blow the lead? No, at least the Cubs won. Fuck. That's frustrating. The fuck is this? Fuck. I can't even say this. Fucking GGAU Vladivkaz. Oh, Vladivkaz. Okay. GGAU basketball. Or GGAU Vladivkaz University woman versus NGAU Novosibirsk University women. I don't know, man. It appears to be Russian college basketball women. All right. GGAU are 20-point favorites. They're winning 7-2 right now. Point spread feels a little high to me. Point spread feels a little high to me. I got a full slate of fucking table tennis. David Wang. You got David Wang and Benjamin Gold. Jake Lee versus Bruno Levis. There's some live action with Trung Le Dang versus Chris Yan. Table tennis. It's like they got a room with like 5 tables and shit, or 10 tables. So there's a bunch of games going on at once. Some real degenerate shit there. Yeah, boys, dog days of summer. Football better get here soon, guys. Like we're betting on ping pong and virtual fucking horse racing. You guys are like, let's bet some virtual cycling. Hey, listen, we're just passing some time for the summer. Brian Robideau, I don't know, how long has your bookie not been responding to you for? But one thing I will say, Brian Robideau, is this is sportsbookreview.com, whose business basically is, legal sports books. We warn people all the time, don't bet with bookies. Well, it's only been 2 days. I'd chill out. Fuck. But man, I had a bookie used to disappear for like 10 days at a time and shit. Who do I have in the Super Bowl this year? I don't know. I haven't. Well, how long you been dealing with the bookie for? Yeah, 2 days. I wouldn't panic after 2 days, personally. My phone was on airplane mode for 2 days. I didn't even know. Yeah, thank you very much, Luke. Hit the like button on the way out here. We're going to wrap up in a couple of minutes. I don't know. Super Bowl. Yeah, thank you very much, Luke. Hit the like button on the way out here. We're going to wrap up in a couple of minutes. Super Bowl. Can you watch games on Bet365? Asked Jay. Yeah, you can watch. Have I ever gotten in trouble with bookies? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Can you watch games on Bet365? Some sporting events. You can't watch like NFL games. You can't watch NFL games or NHL games, but they have like a lot of international sport games, like, random Filipino basketball games and table tennis. They have English Premier League games on Bet365. But you have to be a customer. You can't just watch. You have to have an account, an active account and shit. Yeah, just in the corner. I've sort of figured it out, Sam. You can sort of get it to be bigger, though, right? You hit the triangle, you can get it to be bigger. But yeah, like if you want to watch some crazy shit. Plus Money wants a bookie story. No, it's too late for story time now. Plus Money. It's like trying to put kids to bed. Tell us another story. No, there's no bookie story. My bookie story is fucking. I'll tell you a quick bookie story. The last bookie I dealt with was a fucking nut job who, when I won money, he would fucking disappear for fucking 6 days and shit. He always paid, but he would disappear for a week. And when I would fucking lose, he'd send fucking messages like Monday morning, right away the next day. And then he'd send threatening messages and shit. He was the last bookie I dealt with. I like Calgary Stampeders to beat Ottawa on Thursday in CFL football. I like that game. I have a lot of bookie stories, but yeah, don't bet with bookies. Credit's no good. I'm not saying every bookie in the world's a bad guy. There's some good guys out there, but generally, most bookie stories don't end well, one way or the other. I've said it before. People bet 7 times more the amount on credit than they would with cash. That's how extreme it is. So whether maybe you're very disciplined and you don't play much, but a lot of people do stupid things because they have credit, and it's like a credit card, except for gambling. Next thing you know, you owe all this money, you have a bad win, you have a bad week, and you're a lot of fucking trouble. But as far as the Super Bowl, I don't want to not give any answer here. I just don't want to throw anything out there for the fuck of it. I don't know, man. I was buying into the Rams, but I think that's just too simple. And they're not going to, I don't think they'll be bad, but I could see the Rams like losing in the fucking conference championship game or something. can't discount the Philadelphia Eagles. The problem with the Eagles is I don't really have a lot of problems with the Eagles. My only problem with the Eagles is they just won, and teams never repeat. So that's my issue with the Eagles. I don't really have a football argument against the Eagles. Super Bowl hangover. No one ever repeats. It's very rare teams even get back-to-back Super Bowls. So it's hard for me to buy in there. I don't think the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. The Packers are dangerous, but they're also fragile. And I know you can say that about a lot of teams, but, you know, like the Packers now, like, okay, not just Aaron Rodgers. What if Devontae Adams gets hurt? Now, you know, Aaron Jones, their running back, suspended already. Like it's, you know, and what if Montgomery gets hurt, which he will, and Randall Cobb will get hurt, because he does every year and he's older. Like the Packers are good on paper, but paper, you know, paper can be torn. You know, like a good way of putting it actually is the Green Bay Packers are good on paper, but you know what? Ink is good on paper, and ink fades, right? So the Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't buy in. I think the Steelers are overrated. Ben Roethlisberger is fucking one hit away from the fucking hospital all the time. The Rams are dangerous at 12-1. Don't forget, every year, like no one predicted the Eagles going to win the Super Bowl before the year started last year. There's always that sleeper sort of team that pops up, right? It's not a full sleeper, but a team just sort of has a good year. I don't want to discount the Vikings, but I'm getting sick and tired of losing money in the Vikings in big games. And Kirk Cousins never won a big game before. But the Vikings are good. But are they Super Bowl good? You get the Falcons, 18-1. No. Cowboys, no. 49ers, no. Jaguars are pretty good. Jaguars are in the mix, fuck. But they play in a tough division now. Tennessee are going to be better. Houston with Deshaun Watson are good. You got the Saints at 22-1. I wouldn't call you crazy if you bet on the Saints at 22-1. The Panthers are 22-1. Now, to me, the team that can most win, to me, the team to keep your eye on in the AFC are the Houston Texans. But my issue with the Houston Texans is I think their coach is an idiot. So, like, they need to win despite Bill O'Brien. But they might be able to do that with Deshaun Watson. Right? So that's my thing. Like, Houston, I think Houston at 25-1 is a good bet. Like, if I had to pull the trigger now on a couple of futures, I would say the Houston Texans 25-1. Chargers 33-1. You know, maybe the Saints. The Texans have a legitimate chance of winning the AFC, though. The Patriots are vulnerable. Fuck. We've seen the Patriots can get torched. Their defense sucks. The Patriots aren't getting any younger. They lose more players than pick up players. It's not like their roster is great either. Like, I talk about that from a talent perspective. Like, I talked about it last night. Like, Belichick's a genius. He's a diabolical genius. The Patriots don't really have better talent than other teams. They play in a shitty division, the Patriots. So they have that advantage. Then they just have to win 2 games because they have home fucking field. They get in the Super Bowl and lose all the time. So they're good. You know what I mean? It was a great run, but the Patriots are vulnerable. Somebody just needs to fucking not, you know, get injured and suck. I don't buy in that it's Pittsburgh. I actually think either like Jacksonville or Houston can knock off the Patriots this year. You know, if you got the Patriots at Jacksonville, you got the Patriots at Houston. You know, and then you got other teams. We'll have fun talking football and breaking it down. I got opinions on every team in the NFL because there's a couple of teams here I look at that I like, but I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. But it doesn't mean I don't want to bet on them. And I'm intrigued by the Denver Broncos with Case Keenum now. The Minnesota Vikings with Kirk Cousins are intriguing. There's no value at 12-1. But a team that I do believe is going to have a good year, actually, are the New York Giants. And I'm not saying the Giants win a Super Bowl. They're 50-1, but I do like the Giants win total over 6.5. I'll tell you that much. And normally I don't jump in on these type of things too much, but I do like Saquon Barkley to be the offensive rookie of the year at plus 125. Saquon Barkley is going to be the real deal. He's going to be a star, and he's going to make the Giants better. Man, the Giants have Odell Beckham and Saquon Barkley, like two fucking superstars that weren't even on their team last year. Like the Giants, they have a new coach. Their defense is going to be way better again. Everything's going to be better for the Giants. I'm not saying the Giants are going to win fucking 11 games, but the Giants are an 8-8 team, 9-7. They'll be battling. Saquon Barkley will be the rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. There's not even really competition. Look, Barkley's plus 125. Baker Mayfield's plus 450. Baker Mayfield's not even going to fucking play. Josh Rosen isn't the starter. And even if he becomes the starter, he ain't going to fucking win the MVP or the rookie of the year. Darius Geis is pretty good, but he's on the Redskins, and they're dysfunctional. Geis does get injured as well. Josh Allen on the Buffalo Bills. He's fucking third on the depth chart right now. He ain't starting the season as the starter. I'll tell you that right now. Nate Peterman's going to be starting quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. Rashad Penny, 14-1. Maybe, Rashad Penny could be worth a look as a long shot there. I think Rashad Penny is actually I think Seattle knew what they were doing in taking this kid, and I think they think he can fucking run hard for them. Sam Darnold, no. Ronald Jones, no. Like, basically, fuck, as long as Saquon Barkley doesn't fucking get hurt, fuck, he's going to win this award at plus 125. Listen, Nate Peterman, it's funny that they drafted Josh Allen because Nate Peterman's better than he is. That's why it bothered me. That's why I wanted Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson's just so different than fucking Nate Peterman. It was like, listen, let's just put the fucking kid in that can run, all right? But Josh Allen isn't as good as Nate Peterman, as crazy as it sounds. Like, Peterman's good. Like I said, somebody's saying you went to your high school. Is all right, Sonny Bet. So yeah, I know Nate Peterman's good. It wasn't that whole San Diego or that Chargers shit was bullshit. Fuck. He never should have been playing. And another thing is, 2 of the balls were fucking tipped, and one of them wasn't his fault. So it was like out of the 5 interceptions, like 3 of them weren't like his fault. It was a shit show, but. And I'll tell you, Doug McDermott doesn't really care where you were drafted and shit, right? So the Bills are going by who plays best. And it's not, I followed the Bills minicamp. It wasn't even close. They're actually disappointed in A.J. McCarron, and A.J. McCarron couldn't push them more. So, like, it's basically Nate Peterman's fucking way up here. A.J. McCarron's just A.J. McCarron. And Josh Allen is still raw, and they don't want to rush Allen. Like, they're not upset by this. Like, they don't plan on starting Allen. So that's why it's not a shock. Oh, they're starting Nate Peterman. Not really, fuck, because, Josh Allen's going to be a little bit of a project. Just because the kid's got a strong arm. I mean, he only completed 53% of his passes in the fucking Mountain West, for fuck's sakes. Exactly. This Adu guy knows what he's talking about. He might be new to the chat, but you're right. Nate Peterman fucking beat Deshaun Watson in Clemson, for fuck's sakes. He outdueled him. I watched the game. Like, people like Nate Peterman. Let's put it this way. If the Buffalo Bills let Nate Peterman go, he'd get picked up in 10 seconds. Like, there's people, I'm not saying he's Tom Brady, but a lot of coaches that ever meet Peterman, they're always like, there's something about him, that, you know what I mean? Give him a chance. He's good. Give him a chance. Like, he could be good, Nate Peterman. It's, you know, he might not be as bad as people think. I'll put it that way in the NFL. No, AJ McCarron will not start. AJ McCarron will not start. AJ McCarron only got like a $5 million contract, bro. Like, there's no there's no obligation to play him. There's no, you know what I mean? It's funny too, because I actually like AJ McCarron. I think AJ McCarron's a decent quarterback and given the chance, but evidently we're in a minority because he was available and nobody in the NFL took him besides the Bills, and the Bills only had to give him $5 million. So I don't know, man. AJ McCarron, I don't think he wants it enough. Like, he's got that hot girlfriend. He won a title at Alabama. What Alabama quarterback's ever been good in the NFL besides Ken Stabler? Fuck. You know, like, or Joe Namath. You know what I mean? Going back, you know, in the old days. Alabama just doesn't produce quarterbacks. Good shit, Sonny Betts. You know, Peterman's just got to work on his arm strength. I don't know if in high school, I'm sure it's the same thing, right? I mean, you ever seen his trick shot videos and shit? If you see his videos, Nate Peterman, like, it just, you know, like, they're on YouTube and shit. Like, Peterman can throw a football, like, fucking, like, through a basketball hoop off a balcony, and, like, he's incredibly accurate. It's fucking nuts. That's why the Bills like him. Like, watch some of the drills that Peterman does. Like, he fucking zing shit. Like, he hits fucking targets on moving cars, and so, like, he's very good for that. But it's a little different. Like, in college, he can sort of just, you know, throw it. In the NFL, you got to zing it. Like, you can't hang balls in the NFL. You hang, like, if there's not a zip on the football, like a fastball, you know what I mean? You need to throw fucking heat in the NFL. Otherwise, it's not going to cut through the fucking, you're not going to get it through the holes, you know? There's not a lot of pockets to throw to. And unless you fucking zing it, you're not getting it there. And that's just a problem for Peterman. He needs to get more zip on the football. See, Baz is saying he's good for two things. Well, you obviously never watched him play in college before, Baz. And that's the problem with modern society. You know, the same people that said that Jared Goff fucking is terrible, right? Jared Goff is terrible. He sucks. No, Jared Goff doesn't suck. Jared Goff was a rookie in a difficult circumstance with fucking Jeff Fisher. That's not exactly a quarterback guru. In a difficult market, in a new franchise, the one, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things suddenly. Yeah, no shit, college is different. Thanks, Baz. College is different than the NFL. You got Mel Kiper here. Fuck. Yeah, no shit, college is different. My point is, Baz, so what? You can tell whether a kid's a good quarterback or not by a fucking one game in the NFL? You can tell whether a quarterback is good or not. You know, that's the problem. Troy Aikman went 1-15 in his rookie season. In today's day and age, people would have been, oh, he sucks, fuck. He can't play. He went 1-15. Peyton Manning led the league in interceptions, fuck, when he was a rookie. All right, I like you, Baz, but I'm going to move on now from this debate with you. Eli Manning, same shit. Eli Manning threw 1 million interceptions, a fucking rookie, you know? DeShone Kizer is a good example of that. Like, DeShone Kizer could be a good NFL quarterback. And a lot of people will look at DeShone Kizer, DeShone Kizer. Yeah, well, who picked up DeShone Kizer? Fuck. What team is DeShone Kizer on right now? DeShone Kizer's on the Green Bay Packers right now. Mike McCarthy, they scooped him up in a second. McCarthy was laughing about it. He's like, man, he goes, this guy's a first-round draft pick. He's like, they gave up on him after 1 year. Like, he's like, he's 20 years old. Like, the Packers can't believe it. They're like, holy fuck, we just got a quarterback in the future. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Cleveland. It's like last year, everybody knew. Everybody said the same thing. Anyone that knows anything said this. That, listen, DeShone Kizer has all the fucking tools, all right? You know, I remember John Gruden saying this about him too. He might be that he has the most upside. He's got the best arm. He's got everything. And they're like, but. And everyone said the same thing. They're like, but he's not ready to play. And he's very raw. And he needs time to develop in the NFL. So Hugh Jackson, I remember Bruce Arians, coach of Arizona, and Aaron was retiring, so he didn't have time for it. That's why he didn't draft him. But he even said, he goes, oh, by far, this guy's the best fucking prospect. He goes, but I'll tell you what, it'll be in 4 years. And he said he's 19 years old, and he said he's got a lot to learn, but he's a can't miss. And Gruden, Arians, everyone said the same thing. So what happens? The Cleveland Browns take DeShone Kizer. Hugh Jackson, what does Hugh Jackson say, being the bozo that he is? Says that I'm not going to rush this kid. This kid's got so much talent. I don't want to ruin him. DeShone Kizer throws one bomb for a fucking touchdown in a preseason game on his second pass or whatever. I remember watching it. They were like, oh, I was like, oh, fuck, man. Like, Kizer just slung it too. Ding. He threw like a 50-yard pass for a touchdown. Next thing you know, fucking Hugh Jackson's like, well, you know what? We'll just start him next week in a preseason game just to see how it goes. And then it goes from, hey, he's incredibly raw. He threw a shitload of interceptions at Notre Dame. He doesn't really understand how to be a quarterback. He's just a great athlete. Give him time to, you know what? We're going to start him in week 1 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. In Pittsburgh. It's a great fucking move. The whole thing is you guys drafted DeShone Kizer and then signed Brock Osweiler. And the whole point of signing Brock Osweiler was so Brock Osweiler would go out there and be a tackling dummy and DeShone Kizer could watch. Instead, you cut fucking Brock Osweiler. You're like, you know what? Let's just make fucking this kid the starting quarterback. And by week 6, this kid's in tears on the sidelines, fucking, and you know what I mean? Like turning the ball over, and it was fucking ugly. And then you blame him. Oh, the quarterback play. Well, you just made the 20-year-old kid the star fucking player of the team, you idiot. And so the Green Bay Packers got DeShone Kizer now. So the average football fan, well, you know, the average person that doesn't know anything will say, oh, DeShone Kizer can't play in the NFL. I saw him play with Cleveland. Saw him play with Cleveland. He's terrible. Yeah, I know, because you're right, fuck. You know, DeShone Kizer and Nate Peterman should never play in the NFL ever again. Neither of them should ever get another chance ever to step foot on the field ever again, since they didn't throw 14 touchdown passes in the first 4 weeks in this season of their careers. So you know what? It's been decided. You're terrible, Nate Peterman. You're cut. Because people saw you throw 5 interceptions once. You're cut. Doesn't matter what football people think. It doesn't matter what you've accomplished in your football career. It doesn't matter what professional coaches and scouts think. Twitter has spoken. Oh, that guy's terrible. Twitter has spoken. Yeah, that's the thing. So now Deshaun Kaiser's behind Aaron Rodgers. And the Green Bay Packers win again because the Packers don't have to rush him now. And Deshaun Kaiser wins because he knows he's not ready. It's like throwing an 18-year-old kid in a UFC octagon or something. So if you're the Packers, you're in a great spot. You're like, man, Aaron Rodgers will play for another fucking 3-4 years, and Kaiser will fucking be good by then. Listen, some guys struggle and some guys, right? You know what I mean? You can tell after a couple of years, all right, this guy's not going to work out. Like Johnny Manziel, you could just tell, There's certain people that physically can't do it. Nate Peterman's not a guy that physically can't play quarterback in the NFL. He has the tools to do it. Now, will he get a chance to do it? I don't know. Probably not for long. I mean, they drafted a guy 7th overall for a reason, right? That's the whole thing. Brett Favre didn't start as a rookie. Brett Favre was a backup with the Atlanta Falcons. Aaron Rodgers was a backup to Brett Favre. That's, I guess, but, imagine in today in the society now, oh, he sucks. He can't play. He's a backup. Like I said, we saw it firsthand with Jared Goff. Jared Goff was like the worst, biggest bust draft pick. The kid sucks. Look at his mechanics. He can't throw the ball. His confidence sucks. His arm strength sucks. Look, everything sucks. He gets a new coach. He gets a couple of weapons. He has an offensive coordinator that's not a moron. And suddenly, next thing you know, fucking Jared Goff is a fucking, solid NFL quarterback. But anyways, like I said, we'll have a lot of time to talk about NFL football. But it's that's how the day started with people judging the LaShawn McCoy story without knowing. And now people, what, this quarterback can't play, this guy can't play. You need to judge someone's career, guys. You can't judge someone on a game or a preseason game or a fucking, this one game or or even Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley was great as a rookie, struggled in his second year. Everyone buried him, and now he's great again. It's like athletes have bad years. It doesn't mean that they're going to suck for the rest of their career. Sometimes fucking good players are on bad teams. And, it doesn't fucking matter how good you are if the fucking offensive coordinator and the people around you are idiots. The Bills are going to have problems this year. It doesn't matter who the quarterback's going to be. Kelvin Benjamin and Zay Jones are the Bills wide receivers. Those are technically the two starting wide receivers. Kelvin Benjamin and Zay Jones. So Kelvin Benjamin's their go-to guy. Last year, listen, Charles Clay was their leading wide receiver. Oh, yeah, Odell Beckham's going to go off this year. All right, but anyways, I got to get out of here. So, anytime people start talking NFL football, emotions start running high. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. As I stated, I'm going with the draw after 90 minutes. I'm going with under 2.5. I'm going to correlate it with a draw and under 2.5 at plus 240. And I'm going to play under 1.5 at plus 150. And I'm going to roll the dice a little bit on no goal at plus 550. So you get where I'm going with this? I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals tomorrow. And I think it could go to penalty motherfucking kicks. I'm not sure it goes to penalty kicks. It wouldn't shock me, though, if it went, I'm expecting a draw. Oh, yeah, and first half draw, too. So first half draw, game draw, under 2.5, under 1.5, under 0.5. But obviously sprinkle on the big, the bigger plus 550s and that shit. But my big play of the day tomorrow, I'm going to go big on the under 2.5. I'll see you guys online in the morning. We'll be on the radio tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Mark Lawrence will join us. We're going to talk some Mountain West football tomorrow, some college football talk. Tomorrow night, Babano football talk. And we'll continue the NFL talk tomorrow night now that the NFL is around the corner and the World Cup is winding down. Thanks to Geoff Feinberg, big man on campus. Happy birthday. SBR, check out the video content in the morning. Remember to go over to SBR Sportsbook Review odds page and Sportsbook page. Get the bonuses. So once again, I love that under tomorrow, 2.5, draw after 90 minutes. When it's all said and done, I think England will advance. England advances and they get their dream matchup, England-France. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.